not raining. We're going to call that a win for the program. At least it's not raining outside the megaplex. I can't speak to the rest of the state because we broadcast statewide. But what a nice change to walk outside and not get rained on.
Oh, and kind of a mild temperature, but not. God, it was brutal the other day when it was windy and raining.
Awful.
I don't need that.
Let's make the turn into the holiday weekend. And welcome into the Iron Jock Studio built by Reamer Remodel. I'm Drew Wilson. I am joined by KB.
What is going on, brother man?
Mr. Baumgart is here with us, manning the NicoletLaw.com talking text line. It's your path to talk to us and by extension, tens of thousands of smart, good-looking listeners statewide, worldwide on the iHeartRadio app. Everybody out there who's not employed by iHeart or related to one of us has a chance to win some bonus bucks right now. Win $1,000 by entering the nationwide keyword on our website, 973thegame.com. The word this hour is money. Win some money by entering money at 973thegame.com.
There you go.
You know who was money last night, and it pains me to say it? Tyrese Halliburton and the Indiana Pacers. Another in a growing list of stunning comebacks helmed by the kid from Oshkosh who we wanted to like but can't because of what he's done against the Bucks recently. If you weren't watching last night, I stumbled into that game and I was watching it just because I thought, well, it's the Garden. I'm surfing around and watched the fourth quarter and watched the Knicks absolutely vomit away a lead that they could 1,000 times they could play with that lead and they wouldn't lose it more than once. And that was the one. The lightning struck last night. The moment that will stand out was Tyrese Halliburton hitting the shot to tie the game. It was almost a three. Remember Kevin Durant when his toe was on the line against the Bucks?
Yeah.
Well, that was everybody thought that was a three and it was a two. Halliburton was very similar. He hit a 2-point shot as time was expiring and it bounced way up off the back of the rim and went through. And this is what it sounded like. Let's hear.
Indiana with it. Halliburton. He'll take it. He'll backpedal a three for the win. And no! He got it!
Leaving Kevin Harlan, Reggie Miller speechless for a moment. Now, as it went on, they thought that was for the win. And then they went and looked and like, oh yeah, his toe was on the line, barely touching the line. So it was a 2 overtime. Indiana did prevail. But so in the moment after he hit that shot, Tyrese Halliburton, most young people today, and Hunter, I hate to make blanket generalizations about your generation.
But we're going to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There's not a great appreciation for history. Everybody thinks that what happened last week is the greatest ever. And like everything is now is the greatest ever. And they forget that. But Tyrese Halliburton hit that shot and put his hands to his throat in a choke gesture. That was an homage to what Reggie Miller did in that same venue against the Knicks 20 some years ago, shooting that with Spike Lee when he shot them down and gave the choke sign to the Knicks. Now, people were like, that's a premature choke. That's a horrible, it was awful. And they didn't even win the game. And well, they did win the game. He did have major cojones. He wasn't the architect of the comeback because that Matherin kid was hitting threes like crazy. But as I watched it, I'm like, oh my God, I want to hate that, but I can't. I can't hate it because it was an homage to history. He's like, the league's got to love that. And if I'm an Indiana social media person, I'm smashing those clips together and I'm showing Reggie and, the skinny guard shooting him down. And it got me thinking, well, what a great topic on a gray, still warmer and not raining Thursday in the good land for us. We need to talk about celebrations and taunts. Because those taunts, Reggie Miller, before he did all that stuff against the Knicks, he did it to the Bucks and he wore the Superman shirt and warmups that he bought at Grand Avenue Mall when he was walking around. And the guy was built like olive oil and he was just a great shooter, great player, Hall of Famer. But Halliburton has stepped up. He's hit some huge shots in this playoffs, as much as it pains me to say it. And the Pacers have pulled games out of their arse that they had no business winning. And so,
but that's what good teams do.
That's what good teams do. Yeah. In the moment, I saw that and I'm like, oh my God, he didn't just do that. And I thought it was a walk and then it wasn't. And it's like, oh, he might be wearing that. I don't know if it would have changed the tenor. Maybe it would have, if they had lost in overtime. But it was a great moment, great theater. Anybody who watched last night got rewarded. I was loving watching our buddy Kevin Harlan on the call. But it made me think of the Sellies. And we think about it and, okay, those things, that choke sign it's in Indianapolis. That's a thing. Like that's the
that was Reggie, and Reggie was doing color at the game, and he saw it.
Exactly, and he's injected himself into the series that way, and I'm sure he was probably, having a out of body experience last night.
I think he pointed at Reggie when he did it.
Yeah, I mean, it's insane. The whole moment was insane. So, talking about celebrations, and when you have a celebration or a taunt, you don't think it's offensive at all. I go back and we're going to take them 877-794-1973. Back when the Brewers when Mike Cameron, Daz Cameron's dad, Hunter, was playing for the Brewers, and the Brewers would win a game and he would untuck his shirt, on the field. And it really pissed off. Remember La Russa getting so mad about that? They said it was disrespectful. That was their celebration. Mike Cameron paid homage to his dad, because his dad, when he got home from work, would untuck his shirt and sit in his favorite chair and have a beer, and it meant the work day was over. And Mike Cameron's like, we won the game, the work day is over. He did that. The Brewers would do it, and they would untuck, and people like the Cardinals and the baseball police would get mad, right? But it was a great celebration. The Brewers, during one of their playoff runs, had the beast mode thing when they would do that. Now, everybody's got a damn celebration. The Brewers offense hasn't had much to celebrate, especially this season and this month in particular. But it seems like every team now has some kind of sign that they do to the dugout when they get a hit. It's like, congratulations, you did your job, right? Oh, I got a double.
Yeah.
And then they got to make a sign to the dugout. And, all right, so these things are widespread. Sometimes they go unnoticed. Sometimes they piss you off. It's as simple as Rodgers and the belt.
Right.
When Rodgers would do the belt, we loved it in these parts. People around the country, people in Chicago,
hated it.
Couldn't stand it. It rankled them. So let's have it. What are your favorite celebrations? Which ones do you hate? Do you have a personal one, KB? When you drain a snaking 40-footer to win a Nassau or win a hole, what do you got? Do you have a category? Do you have a rock star? Do you sheath the putter?
No,
what do you
I don't do any Chai Rodriguez stuff.
On.
No, you know what?
That's what I'm really interested in, is if anybody has anything, like at the end of the day, slam the laptop shut, or what's your, like, sliding down the back of the dinosaur? What's your walk off?
The only thing I've ever done, and it's very rare because I don't make long putts. Good lag putter, don't make a lot of bombs. But several years ago, I saw Jordan Spieth do this at the Open Championship, where he made just a bomb that was 60 or 70 feet. So you're way, you can see it going in, and you're, quite a distance from the hole if you make one of those long ones. And what he did was he looked at his caddy was up by the hole, and he made the putt, and he saw it go in. He just looked at the caddy, goes, "You want to get that for me?" And then walked off the green.
Ooh.
So I've done that to guys that I've played, that I've been playing with. So if I hit a long putt, I'll look at them if they're up by the hole, go, "You want to get that for me?"
Oh.
And then I'll turn around and walk.
I would think the adrenaline would be pumping. You want to take that long walk to the hole and go grab it. But I guess that's the ultimate, because you're playing mind games.
It's just a fun thing with the guys that we're playing with on Sunday mornings. The other one, if I hit a good shot, my go-to line is, what I will say sometimes, I'll just look at the guys that I've been playing with and go, "Hey, take a suck of that."
Oh.
Or something.
It's a verbal one.
Right. So, yeah. But I'm not.
I want the physicality. I want that.
Yeah. I don't do anything. I don't do anything really that way.
You don't have a little two-step, a dance, a little sheath the putter, treat it like Excalibur.
One of my favorite trolls of all time was, we were playing, I want to say it was me, Gitter, Big Mike, and Zabe. We're playing at the Bull, and Zabe got a hole-in-one on this hole, and the sixth hole, he got a hole-in-one. And as we walked up, of course, Zabe is all excited, as any human would be, getting a hole-in-one. And so he's up by the hole, of course, a 4-camera shoot.
Digital assets.
Mm-hmm. And he's all excited about it.
Drone.
and like I said, as well he should be. He got a hole-in-one. I've never had one. I'd be doing backflips too. But I just walked by him, as he was all excited to go line up my ball, and as I walked past him, and he's like got his number, he's got his finger up, and he's getting a picture taken with the ball in the hole. All I do is I walk by him and I look at him and go, "Don't worry about it, man. I got your ball mark." And then I just walk to mine. Yeah. And he goes, "What?" I go, "Yeah, I fixed your ball mark." I didn't even acknowledge his hole in one.
No high five.
No, nothing.
Way to
I
go.
just went, "Hey,
No
fix your ball mark."
congratulations.
And then afterwards,
And then
it's like, what? I go, "I'm just busting balls, man."
When you pull out your wallet to buy us drinks at the end of the round, I'm gonna have a mumbler.
Well, I'll tell you this much.
Tall.
I am, you know what? I give huge props to Zabe because when we were playing, about 3/4 of the way through the round, the skies just opened and we had to drive in, and we went and everybody left the course. I mean, it was a torrential downpour, and it was after Zabe got his hole in one. And to his credit, walked in, we sat down. There was a bunch of people coming in off the course, and he bought the round for the entire bar. And it's not even
big league.
It's not. Yeah, it is. It's
Big
not
league.
even his home country club or anything like that.
Oh,
He goes,
yeah.
"Nope, got my hole in one. I'm going to do that." And it was like, yeah, good on you.
That's big.
You
big
can,
league.
That's you can say what you want about other people, and I'm not saying about Zabe or whatever, but that when it gets right down to it, if you do the right thing like that, you gotta, game respects game, right?
That's right.
And it's like, you know what? Good on you. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what you did. And big fan. Big fan.
877-794-1973. NicoletLaw.com. Talking text line is buzzing. Your favorite taunt / celebration. And on the golf theme, we did have someone say, several people have said the Tiger fist pump.
Yeah.
Which was a demonstrative, that was, he probably did it once. It wasn't scripted, but he made enough big shots that he was able to, drain enough big
Everyone
putts and
remember.
stuff.
Yeah.
And they're memorable because there's millions of cameras on him, but that became his thing. That became his thing. So I guess that's all it takes. Like our friend Leroy Butler invented the Lambeau Leap, and that's one of the great celebrations in sports. Everybody loves it, except for people playing the Packers and people who hate the Packers. They can't stand it. Right.
Yep.
And that's a time-honored tradition.
Hunter, do you have any good ones?
So
what's your celly after a good show? After a good pregame show, do you have a celly?
It's funny because I never do celebrations. I'm never like animated. I feel, not never, but I'm very rarely animated. But the other a week or two ago, we were fixing something in this side of the studio, and I figured it out. It was a 2-week, 3-week process. I figured it out, and I did the Rogers belt. It was just natural. I didn't even think about it. All of a sudden, I did the Rogers belt. I clapped and I high-fived Pipe Bomb because he was in here, and we were all excited that we got something fixed. And I just did it without even thinking. But my favorite one right now is the Abner Uribe holster celebration.
That's not bad.
He puts them in the air and then it's after a huge strikeout.
Oh, he does.
He puts it
double
in the
six
air.
Shooters.
Yep, and he puts it in his pocket and he walks off. Boom, right down. He blows on it, looks to the sky, and then boom, right to the side of his hips there. So that's really it's really good.
As long as it's clever and soccer had, in English Premier League, and soccer has the best sellies. Those guys are clever.
Oh yeah.
One of the best ones that I saw was in hockey. And it was like high school select team in hockey tournaments. Guy scored a goal and skated over to the other where the other bench was, and right next to, so the glass is right by the bench of the team that he scored on. Takes his glove off, blows his breath on the glass. So it looks like and then signs his name and then skates off. That was like,
that's
wow,
not bad.
That's harsh.
That is not bad. 877-794-1973. Jason in West Bend, the Matumbo finger after a block. We used to do that as kids all the time when we'd block a shot.
Mm-hmm. No.
He said the Tiger fist pump after a long putt or the club twirl after a good shot. You can twirl your club after a bad shot, too.
I think, yeah.
When you hit it pure and you know it, maybe you're more likely to twirl. But I think that's like, for some guys, that's habit. I see guys do that at their range.
You know what? Okay, so and again, I don't find the center of the fairway quite as much as I used to anymore. But so if you're going to do stuff on the golf course, if you rip one and off the tee and you know it's not moving right or left, and you just know as soon as it leaves the face that it's going to be in the center of the fairway, once it goes up, you just turn around and you take your tee out of the ground and you walk back to your bag and you don't even look at where it lands.
That's when you know you've pured it. That's when.
And then the other one, I did this one time in Arizona, where I was a single and we were playing the Champions course at TPC, and I got paired with 3 other guys. And we're up on the first tee, and they go, you can go first. It's like, okay, whatever. And I hit a great drive, just stripe one. And I'm walking back to the cart, and I'm walking back to 3 guys that I just met, have no idea who they are. And as I walk back to the cart, I'm just looking down the fairway, watching my ball, and I've got my driver in my right hand. And I just extend my arm and I hold the driver out to hand it to one of the guys as if he was my caddy.
I like that.
But see, there were guys, I mean, I played with guys. That's all we did was bust balls, and that's what makes it fun.
Great taunts and celebrations. We're tipping a cap because Halliburton had a moment last night, and it was a historical callback with Reggie Miller, hands to the throat in the Garden. And what the Pacers did, like, I don't know if they're going to win the series. They might not. That was a hell of a game, though. It's off to a great start. And what he did there with the homage to history and the homage to, it was incredible. And the way that the Pacers just shut everybody up and sucked the life out of that building, that's something those guys are going to remember. I mean, if they win the finals this year, if the Pacers finally break through and win the finals, that they'll remember that moment as much as the moment that the confetti comes down, because that winning that game down by that much, coming back the way they did, raining threes, and just watching the Knicks melt down. That Knicks meltdown was like 3 times as bad as the Bucks. It was terrible. And they're going to remember that moment, and that Halliburton hands to the throat gesture, the choke sign, is going to that's going to resonate for Pacers fans for all of eternity, I think. Tim and Racine is with us on the NicoletLaw.com talk and text line. Tim, welcome to Drew and KB.
How you guys doing today?
We're good. What do you got for us, man?
Hey, when you're talking about golf, I always thought of like Chichi Rodriguez, man. When you make a long putt, he'd almost do like that 6-shooter thing. He'd spin in there, or however he did that.
Like a matador. He was doing like a bull matador.
Like a bullfighter.
Yeah. And there's one I don't like, but it did happen to us, to the Packers. It was Randy Moss with his moon,
The moon over Lambeau. Yes, indeed. Thank you,
That's
Tim.
Just disgusting.
What a disgusting act. Yeah, the moon. Yeah, he did. He pantomime pulling his pants down. Brent in Franklin is online too. Brent, welcome to Drew and KB.
Happy Throwchester Thursday.
Yes, indeed,
gentlemen. So I got 2. One that was one of my favorite celebrations, and one that was it wasn't really a celebration, but for a pro. But when I played in a golf tournament when I was a little bit younger, it was a golf tournament. We were drinking all day, and I got into a playoff, and my buddy, who was a scratch golfer, he said, "Okay, I'm going to caddy for you because you're in a playoff." So we were playing, and after my tee shot, he took my beer away from me. He said, "You're in a playoff." So I got to my drive, and the other guy hit first. He was short and right of the green. I hit my second shot to about 6 inches, had a tap in for birdie. Guy had to chip his in, missed. I said, "Give me back my beer." And I chugged it, slammed it, and crushed it on my head for a celebration because he took my beer. But my favorite professional one was Barry Sanders just handing the ball to the ref like he'd been in the end zone before.
Oh, that one's that was famous. That I do recall that. People, I think Walter Payton kind of did that too.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, the football spike. Somebody did the first spike, and then it became a thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the Gronk spike that he kind of took it to his own level. That's the kind of stuff that we're looking for today. Celebrations / taunts.
I think the best celebration ever still was Terrell Owens pulling the Sharpie out of his socket, signing the autograph. That was next level good.
That one's not bad. Bennett from Brookfield is opining, and he said Halliburton needs to get his own signature move and stop replicating others, like with Reggie and the choke, and he did the Dame time thing as well. Get your own, but you have to respect his game right now.
He doesn't have his own because he's trolling those guys.
He said, I guess he headbutts the ball all the damn time. So there is that.
Well, I mean, I'm sure he did the throat thing there because he knew that Reggie Miller was there.
That's true.
And they're both with the same team, right?
From the 262, a burner phone. My boy's a hockey player. When he scores a goal, he slides on his knees like a soccer player, and he plays his stick like a guitar. He's going to get clobbered for it someday. Thank you. That's from Lincoln.
You have to be careful there.
Yeah, that's now, U Sports. It's U Sports takes the cues from the big guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a little bit of Savannah Bananas element that's permeating baseball at all levels now. You go to a T-ball game and you see bat flips. guys, they're not working on hitting the ball to the other field or trying to drive it up the middle.
They're working on their bat
flips and sellies, right? So that's kind of where we're at. But yeah, you got to enjoy them.
You know what? I don't know. Someone who's got a kid in youth baseball, maybe you can enlighten me on this. But if you're on a U10 team and you've got a sliding glove, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a problem. If you're on a U10 team and you've got a $500 bat, that's probably a problem because you can't. You don't have the talent to be able to use that. Did you get the
sliding glove at Dick's Sporting Goods, or did you get it where your mom keeps the oven mitts?
Well, that's the thing is that there were some kids then, parents said, no, I'm not buying you a sliding glove, and went to the dollar store and got an oven mitt. And then a bunch of kids, now you tell me then that became a cool thing, is to have an oven mitt.
Yeah.
Which I think is awesome.
Yeah. Prince Fielder, the home run bomb on home plate when he stepped on home plate and everybody collapsed.
That was a good one.
That was against the Giants, who were like in a pennant race at the time. They didn't like it. In fact, the next part of the story came the first time the Giants faced the Brewers in spring training. Barry Zito was on the mound.
I loved it.
And he plunked him, but it was like with a breaking ball. He hit Prince in the shoulder, and Prince is like, what? And they're still pissed about what happened in September. That was, baseball has a long memory.
Well, and I'm sure that Prince was not upset about that. I mean, that's one of those things that when it happens to guys, you kind of laugh about it. You go, got me. And it was done in spring training too.
Corey in the 920 has one. Again, great taunts or celebrations. The Icky Shuffle was so cool at the time.
Icky Shuffle wasn't bad.
Icky Woods. I haven't thought of him in years. Keep these coming. We're having some fun. In honor of Tyrese Halliburton. I guess if we spin it this way, it makes it more palatable that the guy that we're now predisposed not to like had a huge night and hit a big shot and had a big moment. And again, iconic for someone to do that. That was absolutely iconic. Now, what could Giannis has the mean mug. So in 20 years, will some Bucks, the next Bucks superstar do a mean mug as an homage? Like, start thinking about the way you could tip the cap that way. Packers offensive line gets a sack. They could do a gravedigger for Gilbert Brown, right? So signature moves, celebrations / taunts. We're celebrating that. When we come back, the Iron Jock studio, we will welcome our pal Alex Poole is going to drop on by. She can weigh in on this. Alex used to get buckets. She can tell us how she celebrated that. We're having some fun on a Thursday in the Good Land. You got Drew and KB statewide on the game.
Celebration to last throughout the years. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We gon' celebrate your party with you. Come on now. Celebration.
Tired all the time? Do you experience low energy, bad sleep, stubborn weight gain, mental fog? It's not just aging. It could be low testosterone. At Game Day Men's Health, the mission is to help men take back their strength, confidence, and performance. Drew Olson here. For generations, men's health has been a taboo subject. We're guys. We only go to the doctor or clinic if bones are broken or a wound won't stop bleeding. Game Day Men's Health is going to change that outlook. With fast, free T-level testing, you'll know in minutes if low T is the problem. And if it is, the doctor-supervised testosterone therapy gets you back to feeling your best. No waiting rooms, no long appointments, just real results. But they don't stop there. At Game Day Men's Health, they also offer medical weight loss to help shed stubborn fat, ED treatments for performance and confidence, peptide therapy for muscle growth, recovery, and anti-aging. Get back in the game and take back your energy, your strength, and your edge with Game Day Men's Health. Book your free consultation today at GameDayMen'sHealth.com. 4 area locations, GameDayMen'sHealth.com.
It's Brian Butch for Window Nation. Beat the heat with Window Nation's semi-annual sale. Right now, mention my name when you buy 4 windows, and you'll get 4 windows free and a free entry door when you purchase a house full of windows. Plus, no money down, no interest, and no monthly payments until 2027. That's a whole lot of savings and a super smart investment when prices are going up. Their windows come with a lifetime warranty. So like I said, mention my name when you buy 4 windows. You'll get 4 windows free. Give them a call at 866-90Nation or visit windownation.com.
Calling all Costco members and deal lovers. Ready to elevate your odor fighting game? Find Old Spice Swagger deodorant at Costco and unleash 24/7 freshness when used daily. Old Spice Swagger isn't just any deodorant, it's the #1 aluminum-free deodorant brand, providing long-lasting scent and 24/7 odor protection when used daily. You'll smell so good, you might just attract a fan club. Don't wait! Grab your 4-pack of Swagger deodorant at Costco now, because freshness is mandatory.
Hey y'all, this is singer-songwriter Riley Green, and my idea of a good time is grabbing a guitar, a few good friends, and some cold and smooth Busch Lights. Pick up a case of your own this weekend. No guitar needed.
Busch. Enjoy responsibly. 2024 Anheuser-Busch Busch Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey, it's Drew Olson, and I have to tell you, I could not be happier with our new 97.3 The Game broadcast studio built by Reamer Remodel. It has been a game changer. And thanks to the Reamer Remodel team, RIEMER remodel.com.
Bryant and Strand College's Wauwatosa campus now offers 20 intercollegiate athletic programs. Competing at the NJCAA Division II level gives Bryant and Strand College the opportunity to offer scholarships to student athletes. Learn more about Bryant and Strand College and Bobcats athletics at bscbobcats.com.
Join a growing team offering outstanding benefits, including their own health clinic, paid training, and top wages. Take the next step in your career. Join Southern Wisconsin's premier manufacturer, Meadowcraft of Mayville, hiring all positions, skilled and unskilled. All shifts at their Mayville, West Bend, Beaver Dam, Fall River, and Horicon facilities. No experience required. Learn more and apply at MTLcraft.com. That's MTLcraft.com.
Where employees make the difference. Meadowcraft of Mayville.
Meadowcraft is an equal opportunity employer. Minorities, women, veterans, and persons with disabilities encouraged to apply.
People can't stop screaming about Screamin' Sicilian frozen pizza. And no wonder. There's plenty to scream about, like the buttery stone-fired crust, secret recipe tomato sauce, mounds of whole milk mozzarella, and tons of premium toppings. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's frozen aisle and find out for yourself why Sport called Screamin' Sicilian Holy Pepperoni Frozen Pizza the best of the best. Screamin' Sicilian. Taste what all this screaming is about.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. It's the Sleep Number Everything Smart Bed sale. Every smart bed and base are on sale during our Memorial Day event. Up to 50% off, plus free home delivery. Limited time. Exclusively to Sleep Number store near you. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
Everyone has a fave Wendy's Frosty flavor. And when you're choosing from chocolate or vanilla, it's not that hard. But now there's all new Frosty Swirls and Frosty Fusions. So try picking your fave from Oreo Brownie Fusion, Pop-Tarts Strawberry Fusion, Strawberry Swirl, Brownie Batter Swirl, Caramel Swirl, and Caramel Crunch Fusion. Not so easy now, huh? For a fresh way to Frosty, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's. Oreo is a trademark of Mondelez International Group. Pop-Tarts is a trademark of Kellogg North America Co., LLC. Used with permission.
Grab your shades, your flip-flops, and your free iHeartRadio app for the start of summer 2025. No matter where you go this summer, your favorite radio station, the music you love, and the best podcasts in the world will be along for the adventure. Make sure you have the free iHeartRadio app in your phone today.
Drew and KB from the Iron Jock Studio inside the Megaplex, bringing it to you on this Thursday in the Good Land. We're talking celebrations, taunts, if you will, in honor of Tyrese Halliburton, recreating the Reggie Miller choke in homage to what Reggie Miller did to the Knicks at the Garden in Game 5 in 1994. Tyrese hit the shot. He celebrated. So we're talking about taunts and celebrations. And I mentioned that Alex Poole was going to join us. Alex, of course, producer and promotions queen here at the Megaplex. And I said, Alex used to get buckets. And she came in and immediately corrected me and said, I still get buckets. Hello, Alex, our returning champion. How you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
But you didn't have a celly or anything. You didn't just glare at anybody. You didn't
I was
mean
a straight
mug.
face.
Straight
player.
face. Straight killer.
If it was and one, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go on at the free throw line. I didn't, it was too much. I'm not going to use all my energy to celebrate right now.
I like this. Oh, Tyrese, but that moment, and I flash back because I was in the Garden. That's how old I am. I was covering the game when Reggie Miller did that. And Spike Lee was, in the front row at the peak of his powers. And so I was flashing back hard last night.
I was a year old.
Yeah,
when you were there.
I was there.
And fun fact, my sister works for Madison Square Garden. So whenever she is working the game, when the Knicks won the last series, she was like, I am scared. I don't know how I'm going to get home. People are climbing on billboards.
Crazy.
They're doing backflips off of stuff.
Well, that building got quiet in a hurry last night. Epic. Absolutely epic. So how are things? Let's catch up because we have not spoken to you on our program since you went to see Beyonce's tour, the tour of the summer, maybe if other than
what was your cowboy outfit?
Listen, you guys, I'm still trying to recover. I had a great time. It was really cold, and that was my first time in Soldier Field.
Yeah, what did you think?
I thought it was a cool stadium. I thought it was pretty cool.
We just hate the working areas. I've never been in the bowl, not since they remodeled it, but we don't like the working areas. But it seems like it'd be okay for a concert, cool especially.
I enjoyed it. We were, I think, in the 300 level, mainly because Ticketmaster fees were ridiculous.
Yeah.
And we had really good seats at 100 level. And the fees were like, okay, well, here's $200 more. And we're like,
tacked
no,
on.
We're there in the building. She had a big screen. My cowboy outfit, actually, KB, I had a nice black hat, a custom blue jean jacket by my friend Alyssa Neff. She's a fashion designer here in Milwaukee. Custom blue jean earrings. Black pants and blue jean boots. And I was blonde. So, I switched it up a little bit.
Oh, the Cowboy Carter tour turned Alex Poole blonde.
It did. And I went with my friends, Chantel and Haley, and we had a long group, chat about our outfits. Are we wearing chaps or not? It was cold.
I was going to say.
Yeah. My AC only was very stiff from the cold, I will say. So I sat the majority of the concert.
Oh, my goodness. But it was a good time. Good time had by all.
Great time.
Yeah.
I wanted to go to the Renaissance concert, but I did not want to fight the Beehive. So I watched it on YouTube and I saw it and I said, ooh, I should have went. This is amazing. And then I went to here and heavens to Betsy, I had a great time.
Did you see anybody famous on the way in? I haven't seen I'm sure her guest list is off the.
I think they said night 2, which was Saturday. I think they said Tyler Perry was there.
Oh, really?
And I think Shabuzi.
Did they have to change the name of the concert to Tyler Perry's Beyonce World Tour?
I hope not. After everyone struggled Thursday because of the rain. So the concert didn't start till 10 o'clock.
Okay.
And they didn't get out till 1. So for Beyonce, I understand. People, they had a great time. There's a big screen, so depending on, it doesn't really matter if you're close or far back. You get to see a little bit of everything. Blue Ivy came out. I was excited. She danced, and she also brought Rumi out.
Oh, man.
And so that was really cool.
That's pretty cool. All right, Alex, we'll hit it because of your basketball past.
Yes.
I got to get you to weigh in. For those who don't know, your sister works at Madison Square Garden. What's it like when your brother comes into play? When Jordan plays at the Garden.
I remember. I don't think I ever asked her that, but when he came to play against the Bucks when he was on Golden State, I had a Jordan Poole jersey on, and I'm walking through the concourse. And mind you, this is before I'm a host, and someone was like, "She has a Jordan Poole jersey on." And they were like, "Oh, never mind. That's his sister." I was like, "Oh man, are you guys gonna jump me?"
I was gonna say you're that famous.
Yeah,
but
I try.
I wanted to ask you this whole Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark thing. I'm comparing it again, old guy moment, but I'm comparing it to the NBA got a huge lift from Bird and Magic when they were going at it and they were in the finals. It was great theater. They didn't like each other back in the day. Nowadays, the NBA is kind of a country club. The guys dap each other up. They get the Heat guys are going and riding ducks or whatever that thing they were riding in it together. Back in the day, they hated each other.
It was on site.
They hated each other.
Very much so.
And I think that's good for business. I think it's a little bit trumped up. The media's trumped it up a little bit, and people are getting a little too heated about it. But the Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese thing seems like, to me, it's good for the league and good for women's basketball. What do you think? As someone who played basketball at a high level, what do you think?
So I've heard that comparison a lot, the rivalry comparison. But the only thing I don't like is that the animosity Angel receives when she's in Indiana, it seems to get out of hand a little bit. But like I said, is it really good for women's basketball? Yes, we have something to talk about, but there's other stars in the WNBA.
There were other stars in the NBA, and Bird and Magic got a lot of the attention.
It's like Asia
Dr. J was
Wilson,
playing, and there were other guys.
Paige Brecker's going to get some run.
Yeah,
I want to see Paige. Like, I'm so excited because she's seen a lot of her college career hurt. So seeing Paige play, I'm very excited to see that, especially in the WNBA.
Who's the better player, Caitlin Clark or Angel Reese?
See, people say that, but they are two different
Exactly,
positions.
two different positions, two different skill sets, right?
Very much so.
But if you're building a team and you could only pick one, who are you taking with the first pick?
I'd probably go with Caitlin, only because
that's logical. That's
Well, because she's going to sell tickets.
Well, not even a ticket point.
I'm
It's
just talking hoop. I'm
yeah.
talking straight hoop.
Like for me, the one thing that irritates me about Angel Reese is how she shoots her layups. And I know Lisa Leslie talked to her about that. And she said, we're going to work on how you shoot your layups. And that irritates me so much. I feel like sometimes she doesn't actually try to make the shot. It's more so like people said she's trying to pad her stats, like missing it and then getting it. So it would really be more so Caitlin from that standpoint.
From that standpoint.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm watching it just from a distance, and there are better players than Caitlin and Angel in the league, and people that are established. And so there's resentment there probably. We compared it when Tiger came on the scene in the PGA Tour. Some of the old heads were like, oh, why everybody's talking about this guy? Well, he's selling tickets and he's getting ratings, and you're going to make more money as a result of this. So I just say relax and enjoy the ride.
I feel like that happens with anything. Like the movie Love and Basketball. It's like never let a freshman take your spot. It's like you try.
Exactly.
It's like, well,
It's
this
a
is the new hot
competitive
person.
industry.
Yeah,
Yes, and it's populated by competitive people.
Yes, always. So
Yeah.
to me, it's an interesting rivalry because it's stemmed from college. So that is like the biggest,
Bird and Magic played in the NCAA championship game. They went in the league together. It's like, who's going to win Rookie of the Year? They're playing each other. It's like, it was epic.
Well, someone also mentioned how the Fever is a team that's already built to be a championship team, and the Chicago Sky are rebuilding. So when we keep mentioning this rivalry and you see them play, and then it's like a blowout, and it's like, well, what's the big, hubbub about?
There's an element of that too,
Yeah.
because one person can only do so much.
Only can do so much.
Yeah.
And it's a team that's rebuilding. It's like if we take any team that's rebuilding and a team that's already established, but we put two separate stars on there, and then we try to make it like an even bigger rivalry. It's like, what are we doing here?
All right. The games that you worked that you hosted, either the Herd or the Bucks, because you're on there, doing your thing. What's the best individual performance you saw this year? Like someone that stood out?
That's a good question.
We're talking Sellies. We're talking about,
The Herd was very interesting because I saw Isaiah Thomas play. And I'm like, oh my gosh, he's really playing in the G League right now. And he played really well. I think the couple games before he averaged like 30 or 40. But that night he could not get over like 10 points. And he was very frustrated. And I think he was going to get into a fight. Was it Chris Livingston? Oh, I forgot. Or Justice Winslow. But just seeing him there was exciting to me because I'm like, oh, hey, you don't really see this every day. And the G League is more relaxed. Whereas fans can just come up after the game and you're right there getting pictures.
Yeah, it's a little bit like a high school.
Yeah, it very much
vibe,
so.
Right?
It's like, hey, I know you. Can I take a
those
picture?
those guys are hungry though.
Yes.
They want to get to the NBA. They want to get where the real money is and where the real action is.
And what I learned about the G League, it changes so much. We can go on like a 5-game break and come back and the whole team is a new team.
Oh yeah.
And that was interesting. It shocked me every time I came back. I'm like, where are
that's
our
the
players?
Minor leagues. We talked to John Greenberg about that all the time with the Admirals, that they get guys called up. It's like, we had a good team 2 days ago and now we've lost, that's kind of that same thing.
Yeah. So that would get me every time because it's like, we have really good players. They were established. They either moved up or they got traded.
Yeah.
So it's interesting seeing your team do really well and then go down and then go up and then go down because people keep getting traded in and out.
When did you work a Bucks Pacers game at all? Because I'm wondering now.
I think I did last year because someone asked me if I was Tyrese Halliburton's sister.
Because I'm just wondering, like the Bucks through their run in the Giannis era, like who's their number one rival? That they had bad games against the Heat.
Yes.
The Pacers now have vanquished them. Boston, like I'm like, it's hard to. You hate them all, I guess. Whoever they're playing in the moment, like in the playoffs,
What I think is funny is how everybody voted Tyrese Halliburton the most overrated.
That's
I
right.
argue with my husband all this time. I say, you guys keep saying this, but every time I watch this man play,
but that was
he makes
players in the league
craziest
that
move.
voted
I
that.
know, and I'm like,
know?
he's making the craziest plays every time I see him. How many times they were down by I don't know how much by the Bucks, came back. Tyrese made the last shot. They went. Is even yesterday the shot went up.
Oh my God.
His foot was on the line.
Yeah, that shot is like.
At this point, I'm like, is he overrated, or do you guys just not like him?
Well, that's there's an element of that, I think.
Yes,
but
he plays well to me.
He's earning respect right now. He's definitely earning his,
No, for sure. And I don't know. He's a good player to me. I don't know. I want to see how long this overrated thing goes for.
Well, he can erase that if they win the championship.
Listen,
he will erase that if they win.
And his dad will be watching that from home.
Yeah, oh my God. I did you see it? There was video of his dad at
the bar.
At a bar, like and doing the choke sign and celebrating.
He was so excited.
Oh my God, that was epic.
And so I was like, yes, he needs to be right there. He's just, and I get being excited for your kid because I couldn't imagine like my dad doing anything like that. First of all, my dad's a big guy already. So if you notice him on the court, you're like, who is this man on the court?
This guy.
This guy is huge. So that's why I thought that was very interesting that he decided like, hey, I'm going to go on the court and talk stuff to Giannis. I was like, oh man, that was bold.
Big time. And that's another strike for people who are predisposed not to like Tyrese. And it's not just Bucks fans because it's kind of, as we said, it's league wide.
What'd you say? Because like the dad aspect, the same thing with the LeVar Ball.
Yeah. People that they were that those kids were facing a 2-strike count because of the dad. No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. And then injuries and all that other stuff. Alex, what's next for you? Like, what are you most looking forward to aside from Memorial Day weekend and Monday off, which we all are looking forward to?
Well, tonight I'm going to see Coco Jones. So my friend Chantel, who we saw Beyonce with, we're going to see Coco Jones tonight. And then we're going to go see on Saturday, Mission Impossible.
We're going to talk to Matt Miller about that very film tomorrow on our program.
I love seeing movies at the Oriental Theater. If you've ever been,
that's fantastic.
Great. Yeah. I saw Sinners in 70 millimeter there last week. My third time seeing Sinners.
Wow.
My sister's seen it 5 times, I think.
All right, so you're going to the first available nighttime showing of Mission Impossible?
No, we're seeing it at Saturday, 11:30 in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 3 hours. So I was like, let's start early. I don't want to be with Tom Cruise all night.
Good call. Are you going to be with us? We need adult supervision. Are you going to be around at Summerfest when we're there, given your position?
We'll see. I might be.
Because I was going to say, you need to pop in do the show with us when we're at the trailer on the grounds at Summerfest.
Oh, that'll be fun. I saw you guys last year. I like your setup. It's nice.
Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. We're looking forward to it. Alex, thanks for dropping by.
Thank you.
Great job producing the Heller extravaganza today.
Listen, I try. At this point, I'm just pressing buttons and asking Hunter questions.
That's all you got to do.
Just make.
What does this button do?
Right.
Ask Hunter. Let Hunter be your guide. Right?
Yes, heaven to Betsy. Hunter's been giving me great advice.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for dropping by.
Thank you.
All right. As we move forward, we're going to spin through some hardcore sports. We're having some fun talking about celebrations. We got this little appointment between 419 and 421 that people seem to enjoy. And then before you know it, we're going to be in the Central Standard Distillery Timeout Sports Lounge. In that lounge, we will play a game and give away a pair of wristbands to see the Harley-Davidson homecoming concerts coming up in mid-July, July 10th through the 13th. That weekend is going to be epic. Stay tuned for your chance to win. You got Drew and KB statewide on the game.
Preset. Save.
We're already a preset in your car, I assume.
Preset number 1. Never a doubt.
And we brought it to the iHeartRadio app.
Simply click the button labeled Preset.
Our station gets anchored to the top of your app.
97.3 The Game. Added.
I want them gummy squares. I want them gummy squares. I want some sleepy with no more anxiety. I need them gummy squares. I need them gummy squares. I need my wife to find her happy place really soon. We have Delta 8 CBD and new Delta 9s. Go to happyplacehemp.com.
Happyplacehemp.com.
25% off with promo code DrewKB. Happyplacehemp.com.
Thinking about buying or building a new home? Start with a mortgage pre-approval from Great Midwest Bank and experience a state of tranquility. At Great Midwest Bank, we offer fast approvals and flexible options with experienced loan officers who understand the local market, because they live here too. Whether you're breaking ground for new construction or buying that dream home just around the corner, we'll guide you every step of the way. Bank with confidence and start your journey at greatmidwestbank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
KB, it's that time of year again for Iron Jock.
Memorial Day weekend?
Well, yes, but Iron Jock needs to inventory their goods. You could say it's inventory count week at Iron Jock headquarters.
How can we help?
We can help Iron Jock move gear into the hands, bodies, and armpits of our smart and good-looking listeners of the game.
Come on, people, you heard Drew. Let's move some product.
Now through May 25th, when you buy $65 or more of Iron Jock Performance Apparel, use promo code INVENTORY30 to take 30% off your entire order. It's the best performance apparel on the planet, yours for 30% less with the code INVENTORY30.
All built from state-of-the-art fabric and designed to keep you comfortable and fresh no matter where you are or what you find yourself doing.
And they'll even throw in a free Iron Jock string backpack as a bonus. These are nice little backpacks. I use mine all the time when I'm walking the dog or out and about, activities on the lakefront. They're great for summer.
Use promo code INVENTORY30 now through Sunday, May 25th.
Just go to ironjock.com. That's ironjoc.com.
And thank you for supporting Iron Jock.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com. If you have a 2004 or newer vehicle that's out of warranty or about to be, Endurance is urgently notifying U.S. drivers about their low-cost vehicle coverage plan designed to save drivers thousands on rising vehicle repair costs. Those who qualify can pick their plan, coverage, and repair shop. Roadside service, towing, and rental cars included. All covered repairs get paid directly to the repair shop for you. Call now for your free quote. Call 800-336-9147. That's 800-336-9147.
The peace lily is so last year. Hey, has anyone worked with fiddlenecks?
Shelby's popular flower shop is in full bloom.
We just got a request for an arrangement that evokes air. Who's up for that challenge? No?
She needs to hire a floral designer to nip foliage faux pas in the bud.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our advanced matching helps find talented candidates so you can connect with them fast. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
The Fox 6 weather experts are presented by AdventKnows.com.
More clouds than sun today with an isolated rain shower possible. Breezy with temperatures in the low to mid 50s. Cooler tonight in the 30s to around 40. Then back to 50s and 60s on Friday with sunshine and quiet the rest of the weekend. I'm Fox 6 meteorologist Stephanie Barrichello.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Your local Staples has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. And right now at Staples, save up to $250 off your print order. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details. Ends June 14th. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples.
This week, we head on down to the Queen City and visit Quail Hollow, the site of the 107th PGA Championship. The great tournament will have great guests like Gary Van Sickle from Sports Illustrated's Morning Read. Todd Lewis will join us from the Golf Channel. Scott Mishu from Global Golf Post. That and so much more. Teeing up at 8 a.m. on 97.3 The Game.
Friday night I crashed your party. Saturday I said I'm sorry. Sunday came, trashed the hour.
Drew and KB from the Iron Jock studio on a Thursday in the good land. Not just any Thursday. We're heading into a holiday weekend Thursday. I think people are mailing it in today. Wait till tomorrow.
Oh, I know it.
Not in this show, though.
No.
We finish strong. We break the tape on this show. Hard. Talking about celebrations, taunts, the Tyrese Halliburton moment last night with the homage to Reggie Miller and the choke signal. If you have a favorite or one that rankles you, either way, 877-794-1973, the NicolaLaw.com talk and text line. Eric and Muskogeo's been waiting patiently to chat with us. Eric, welcome to Drew and KB. What do you got for us?
You know, you don't have to have a favorite team, but in all, there is one sport that is the best for celebrations. You chirp too hard, you score a goal. In hockey, you go over the line, you're going to get punched in the mouth. It's the best.
Yeah, it does police
Self-policing.
itself. Yeah, it does police itself. And there are guys that are, but there are still the sliding on one knee, right, KB? And you said like the guy who breathed on the glass and
then signed his autograph.
I mean, Gretzky had kind of like that a variation of the Tiger fist pump that was his steam whistle kind of thing that he had. I mean, and people have their cellies.
I think, depending on how you are as a person too, that's how people will accept you accept your cellies, right? If they don't like you as a person, and you do something like that.
And Reggie Miller was not a
well-loved guy
player at all. No, especially not in New York.
No.
We're just chatting with Alex Poole though that Halliburton's choke sign at the Garden was an homage to the Reggie Miller in 1994. That was Game 5 of that Eastern Conference Finals, and I think he scored 39 points in the game, 25 in the fourth quarter, and I think he scored something like 8 in the last 8 seconds or something like that. It was epic, and so I appreciated the historical homage. But again, celebrations and taunts are in the eye of the beholder. We talked about the Brewers untucking beast mode. Like now, every baseball team, every college baseball team has some sign that they do when guys get a hit.
Untucking when the game is over. That's the one a bat flip. Yeah, you can stick it in somebody's ear.
Yeah,
but I mean, don't get upset about that. The game is over.
Yeah, the game is over. Absolutely.
And it's kind of it's a very what's the word that I'm looking for? Innocuous action. It's an honor to my dad. You know.
Yeah, La Russa was looking for something to be mad about.
Well, yeah.
That was basically it.
Do you think how do you think a conversation between like La Russa and Belichick would be?
Probably better than you think.
Yeah.
They're not 24/7 D-bags.
Mm-hmm.
Tony had his moments. Like
catch them both on a bad day.
But Tony, like I walked into Busch Stadium to cover a Brewers Cardinals game one time, and I walked past him and I said, "How you doing today, Tony?" He's like, "Ask me at 10:15." I'm like, "Really? You do this like 190 times a year, and
that's what you're gonna
got
pull
your game
on
face on at 3. You're gonna drop that on me?
Yeah.
Ask me at 10:15. I'll let you know how I'm doing." Oh, okay.
All right, whatever.
All right. Lighten up, Francis.
Uh-huh.
But that's why he was, as successful as he was. We are rolling. It's Thursday. We're having fun talking about celebrations. Hunter's going to hit us with hardcore sports at 4:30 after 5 o'clock. Timeout Sports Lounge. Your chance to win wristbands, GA wristbands to the Harley-Davidson Homecoming coming up in July. Buckle up. Drew and KB statewide on the game.
.97.3 The Game. This is what's trending in Milwaukee now.
This sports update is brought to you by American Place Casino. Nonstop excitement just over the Wisconsin border in Lake County, Illinois. I'm Dave Gasper. The Milwaukee Brewers are starting a 4-game road series in Pittsburgh tonight against the cellar dwellers of the NL Central. The Pirates will have rookie Mike Burrows on the mound to make his season debut tonight. First pitch is at 5:40 p.m. After a thrilling Game 1 in the Eastern Conference last night, the NBA Western Conference Finals continue with Game 2 between the Timberwolves and Thunder. The Thunder were able to take Game 1 at home and are looking to keep that momentum going. Tip-off is set for 7:30. It's also Game 2 of the East Finals in the Stanley Cup playoffs tonight between the Florida Panthers and Carolina Hurricanes, as Carolina is looking to even the series and rebound from a 5-2 loss in Game 1. I'm Dave Gasper on Milwaukee's most listened to sports station, 97.3 The Game.
Zabe and Butch in the morning. Hey, join us Friday. Butchie is back. We'll have Game 2 of Wolves and Thunder. We'll see you bright and early at 6. Zabe and Butch, weekday mornings after 6 on The Game.
Now, here's traffic from Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank. Call the Tri-City Total Traffic Tip Line at 414-944-5111.
Good news up in Sheboygan. Southbound 43 reopened at Highway 23 from an earlier accident. South of there, Brown Deer to the Marquette taking 17 minutes. Northbound takes 20. Heavy from the Kilbourne Tunnel to Keefe with road work. I'm Kevin Henry. That's your latest Total Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Lynch Automotive family of dealerships.
It's Military Appreciation Month at the Lynch family of dealerships. Eligible military personnel get $1,000 off any new vehicle. Plus, enjoy financing as low as 0%. Visit shoplynch.com today.
At Potawatomi, where ways to win are endless, another chance to capture epic cash and prizes comes Friday, June 27th. It's the season finale blockbuster drawings. Watch your entries from Enchanted Spins, Unreal Treasures, and Boundless Bounty come together for drawings where $300,000 in cash and prizes is there for the taking. Be there to win your share. June 27th only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. More info online. Must be 21 years old to play.
Hey y'all, this is singer-songwriter Riley Green, and my idea of a good time is grabbing a guitar, a few good friends, and some cold and smooth Busch Lights. Pick up a case of your own this weekend. No guitar needed.
Busch. Enjoy responsibly. 2024 Anheuser-Busch Busch Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
They say seeing is believing. And when you check out what's waiting for you at American Place Casino, you'll definitely believe you'll love it. From thrilling gaming to top-notch service, we're changing the game. Come play all your favorites like blackjack, craps, roulette, and the latest slots. Catch a game at the sportsbook, enjoy great restaurants, bars, and more. If you're ready for excitement, exceptional service, and an experience you'll never forget, then we'll see you soon. American Place Casino. Change the game. Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group. And I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney. And the truth is, I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney or if I look like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. At Wesley, we've helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshare without me being an attorney. And I want to share with you how we do it. Just give my office a call and you will not talk to an attorney. And I guarantee if we take you as a client, we'll get you out of your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. Call 800-917-5151. That's 800-917-5151. 800-917-5151.
You could think you found your dream home online. The kitchen island looks perfect for your inner chef. The backyard, a paradise for your green thumb. And that extra room, hello walk-in closet. But here's the twist. The lot next door just got rezoned for years of construction. And this sound, yeah, you're going to be hearing a lot of that. Don't let your dream home turn into a nightmare. Work with the expertise and ethical training of a Realtor, here to guide and help protect you from the surprises you didn't see coming. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors, right by you.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Alzheimer's disease is the sixth leading cause of death in the country, and it's affecting almost 7 million Americans, including 110,000 people here in Wisconsin. UW-Madison is working hard to improve the lives of those affected, offering resources to educate and the latest in research and technology. The UW Initiative to End Alzheimer's has so many ways you can benefit, learn, get involved, and make a difference. Visit goalsforacure.org. That's goalsforacure.org.
#1 on your car radio preset and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. This is WRNW-FM Milwaukee, 97.3 The Game.
Listen up, the ratings just came in for last month. We are #1. We just grabbed every key demographic. Yeah.
Live from the Iron Jock Studios and brought to you by Bryant and Stratton Athletics. It's the fastest growing sports and stuff show in the Midwest, led by two 23rd-year seniors who have no interest in entering the transfer portal. It's Drew and KB.
I've never worked in a studio that had 10 glory holes going all at the same time.
There are two things that separate humans from animals. One, we can control our sexual tendencies. Two, when we eat, we use cutlery.
If I could have everybody's attention, we put together a little song and dance in honor of Drew.
I'm an executive by day and a wild man by night.
We don't care what KB says.
I am a mostly able-bodied, neurodivergent, obsessive-compulsive, chronically ill cat parent in mental health recovery.
Do you like lizards? Do you like snakes? Do you like tortoises? Do you like frogs?
Jesus is a friend of mine. Jesus is my friend. Jesus is a friend of mine. I have a friend in Jesus.
You're done. You're done. Your mom wears Skechers.
Give me a word, starting with the letter P. Somebody might do to your bottom.
Say penetrate.
I'm a clam guy. Only eat clams. That's all I do.
What the F?
Do you want to start drinking?
Yes.
You know I'm going to have to go for 420, Bob.
Cheez-Its! Cheez-Its! Cheez-Its!
Light this candle.
He's right. Let's light this candle. Light the candle.
Rolling through a Thursday in the good land. Drew and KB from the Iron Jock Studio, built by Rima Remodel. I'm Drew. KB is here.
What is going on, brother man?
Plenty. We're talking about celebration/taunts. It's the Tyrese Halliburton edition. And the shot that heard around the world just played on the television. Teams that trailed by 9+ points in the final minute of the fourth quarter or overtime of the playoffs were 0-1 for 0-1,414 until last night. How about that?
My God, down by 9. Oh,
it's epic how bad that collapse was by the Knicks. Great shot by Halliburton. He did the Reggie Miller choke sign, an homage to 1994. Pulled that one out, and that's why we're talking about celebrations today and taunts. Memorable ones you love, ones you hate. We're having fun with this. You can have fun with us. NicoletLaw.com, talking text line 877-794-1973. Hunter's got a little update because he's our baseball guy on what's happening in Pittsburgh. First of all, is it still raining at PNC Park?
Not sure. There's been no update as far as if there will be a delay, so that's good. But we shall see. I know the rain was threatening both tonight and tomorrow there in Pittsburgh, but we do know that Aaron Savale will be making the start for the Crew tonight as he returns off the IL. First start since March 30th. It'll be his second start of the year. He's going to throw about 65 to 75 pitches, and then Carlos Rodriguez will follow. And he's been in the majors before. He'll make his debut in 2025. He's not his major league debut, but his season debut tonight for the Brewers. So he will follow. So you're going to kind of get a piggyback and kind of going to need to do that because your bullpen is so depleted right now, having to go 11 innings in an already depleted bullpen yesterday. So that'll be good to get those two, but we're still waiting on the roster moves because in order for those two to be activated, you're going to need to take two off your roster. So whether that's optioning a couple of guys or maybe someone goes on the injured list, hopefully not, but we'll get those moves hopefully soon because we're already an hour 40 before the game.
Who are your candidates? Easton McGee,
I would think almost for sure.
Yeah.
Just because he doesn't seem like a mainstay in the bullpen.
He just came up. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I would think possibly Quinn Priester. Possibly because you're going to have to get to a 5-man rotation at some point. Savale is going to come back and I would assume take a role in that rotation. So maybe it's Priester. When is Priester scheduled? Priester wouldn't be scheduled to pitch till at least Saturday, maybe Sunday. So we shall see, but we'll get that move pretty soon.
Yeah, you would think they would have let us know already. And so Savale, is it their pitching crisis that forced their hand? Because if a guy's only ready to throw 65 pitches, wouldn't they give him one more in Nashville? This is kind of like all hands on deck kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, he was supposed to do a rehab start last night, and you think, okay, well, you would have loved to get him that rehab start, but since they're in such dire need of pitching, they're like, well, let's do the rehab start in the majors kind of thing. So, and they'll keep him to a limit, 65 to 75 pitches, maybe hopefully get him through 4 innings, get Rodriguez 3 or 4, hopefully 3 innings, and hopefully have a lead heading into the 8th.
With the Brewers, tough loss yesterday to the Orioles. They missed a chance. They just ran out of pitching. They ran out of gas. They missed a chance to sweep. We talked about how, and even Rock agreed with us. Now they're 2-1 in a week. They have 4 games beginning tonight against Pittsburgh. Tomorrow night, Skeens is on the mound for Pittsburgh.
Yes.
That's going to be tough.
It's going to be must-view TV.
So
against Peralta.
Yeah, that's a great matchup.
That's a great matchup.
It's going to be a good game. But That you would think that's the one that the Pirates have circled as one they should win. Whenever Skeens pitches, that's their best chance. But
they usually don't, though.
Brewers need to have. That's true. He lost 1-0 his last turn, I think.
Unbelievable.
Brewers need to. It'd be nice to get 3 out of 4 and just get greedy. Can't be splitting series and stuff. That wouldn't be good. All right, so that's the breaking news. We'll have hardcore sports at about 4:30. But continuing our celebration/taunt talk, 877-794-1973. The bat flips, to use an Armin word, have become ubiquitous. We're getting some good ones on the talk and text line, and it's moving so fast that I've lost who said Dorsey Levens when he cooled off his shoes, when he fanned his shoes after a good run. Those are good ones. From the 262, Michael Jordan's tongue out. That wasn't a celebration. That was just his normal thing. How about Michael Jordan's jump? I don't know what you would call it. A jumping fist pump, a triple fist pump when he shot down Craig Elo in the Cavs. When he made that shot, that was, if you watch The Last Dance, that was kind of like the beginning of his run to titles and excellence and all that.
I think that's not, that's being caught up in the moment. Tiger's fist pump showed up time after time, right? I think that was a one-off for Jordan, right? In the moment. So a great moment, but I don't know if that's a celly. The guy's just pumped up, right?
Yeah, I'm with you there. That was, but yeah, the tongue out, that was just his thing. He did that on all the time.
Right.
There's photos of it on.
Well, yeah.
Did it in exhibition games.
Patrick Kane, Jordan had his tongue out. Patrick Kane hung he would hang the mouth guard out of the side of his mouth, and then every kid started doing that. It's like, no, your mouth guard should be in your mouth, not hanging out of the side.
From the 262, Wesley Matthews bow and arrow celebration after he hit a 3. I always enjoyed it. I like that. He also said, I always hated the Jared Allen celebration after a sack. Oh, the Vikings, Jared Allen with the lasso thing.
That's, yeah. Yep.
See, there you go. It was beloved in Minnesota. Much like with Gilbert Brown, his Gravedigger celebration. If you were a Bears fan and he just stuffed your guy on 3rd and short, you didn't like that too much. We love us some Gilbert Brown, though. He joined us when we were at the draft. Got to get Gilbert back on the show. He's always delightful guy to talk to about cars, music, and maybe even mix in a little football.
Sure.
Mahler in the 262, Pippen standing over Ewing after a monster dunk in the playoffs. I forget the year. Well, standing over a guy, that's not a signal. You're right, KB. That's in the moment. That's repeatable.
Right.
Okay, Giannis's mean mug. That's kind of a trademark.
That's kind of his thing. He does it a lot.
Made it a T-shirt, and that's kind of.
Well, they made it a T-shirt. It's also in Fortnite. So if you have the Giannis skin in Fortnite, he mean mugs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I did not know that. I don't play Fortnite. So
I do, and I have the Giannis skin.
I would not have any idea. We're asking you about your golf celebrations. What do you do when you win in Fortnite?
Nothing.
When you're playing against junior high kids at night?
No.
At Castle Brant in the basement into the wee hours?
Yeah. No, I don't. I don't engage either. I don't engage verbally, or I don't. I never have anything on to listen to people in the background talking and all that. No, I never do that. The only time I do that is if I'm playing with Adam Pavlak. Then we'll have a conversation.
Oh, there you go.
But I don't just go in with some rando.
So
9-year-old.
How many? I know sore subject and all, but the Rogers Belt celebration became iconic. I mean, hell, State Farm did a whole campaign around.
Right.
It, right. That's how, and that came, when he was a backup to Favre on the practice field, and he would throw a touchdown to Ruvell Martin, and he would do the belt, to pump up the scout team, basically. And then he started to do it in games, and then lo and behold, it's a national. So that in the pantheon of celebrations, that and I don't know, the Gronk spike. Name me a one that's more prevalent, right? I mean, that to have that kind of juice.
I always like the belt because it's clever.
Yeah.
right? That's what
the Packers won the Super Bowl, and those guys had the wrestling championship belts ready to go.
That's the thing. It just wasn't, Gronk just like, me throw ball hard down.
Yeah.
It was definitely a difference in thought out versions of what the Sully would be.
It's an interesting demographic study here because we're getting some folks. I imagine people from Madison or Badger fans of a certain vintage are hitting us with the Rufus the Roadrunner Ferguson celebration.
Good God.
Hunter, look up. When did Rufus Ferguson play at the University of Wisconsin? Rufus the Roadrunner.
Oh, that would have been 71, 72,
Ferguson.
73, somewhere in there.
That's officially an old guy reference. But
yeah, 70 to 72.
He was famous for it. And we're also getting people, and Rufus was first, but we're getting a lot of people of a certain vintage hearkening back to the Houston Oilers and Billy White Shoes Johnson, who had a dance that he did. Billy White Shoes Johnson was a kick returning guy who scored, on kick returns. And very funny, our buddy, the late, great Acapella, the scouting director of the Admirals, one of the founders of the Admirals, way back in the day, he referred to our colleague, Bill Johnson, as Shoes, which was short for Billy White Shoes Johnson. I always called Billy the prime minister because when I was at a radio station back in the day, he was the prime minister of programming. But Shoes was a great nickname for a guy named Bill Johnson. Mark in Waukesha is with us. Hey, Mark, you got any nicknames, man? What do people call you?
Well, not much, but hey, I just wanted to throw something in as regards to Michael Jordan with the tongue hanging out. And I always kind of wondered why he did that. And I remember looking online and finding out that physiologically, if you are so at ease and allowing your body to perform the way it's supposed to, your actual lower jaw should be so much at ease that your tongue often will hang out. And so he probably did that not so much as like maybe a signature move, but it was probably more of a means of that he, kind of knew that, if he's that much at ease, that his lower jaw is, allowing his tongue to fall out, that actually the body is known to work that much better.
That sounds like a theory in search of, right? Doesn't it, KB? That sounds like somebody made up to justify. He probably just did it. Some people just do that. But you may be right. And now you're making me think of the scene from the movie when Matt Damon is Sonny Vaccaro and they're talking about the shot. Have you seen that movie? What is it called? Air? I've just seen clips of it. I've never seen the whole thing of it. I've seen clips of it. But when they're talking about that shot and they show the breakdown of him at North Carolina when he hits the shot to win the NCAA championship, Worthy's the best player, but he's a decoy. The play was designed to go to Jordan. And look at the way he's standing there and how relaxed he looks as he's waiting for the ball and waiting for the play to come to him. Great scene in the movie, right? But that's what made me think of it. But again, Jordan, that's not a celebration. That's just what he did. He did it on some iconic plays, but his tongue was hanging out on a lot of drives to the hoops. It wasn't a taunt. It was that's more of a trademark. Like with Tiger, the fist pump was iconic after big shots, but the club twirl. Because we've seen Charlie Woods has adopted the club twirl.
But see, I don't know if
that's
the club twirl was
or
his
a
thing.
celebration. It's just a thing.
No, yeah, and I don't think that's his. Everybody does it.
Yeah.
And everyone did it before he started doing it.
I agree. Now, there's a signature moment for Jack Nicklaus draining the putt at Augusta with his club held aloft, but that wasn't a signature thing. Did Jack have anything?
No.
Maybe? I didn't think so. He just took the winner's check.
Yeah.
But that moment is that's iconic, that moment. And sometimes that's how these things are. It might be a one-off, right? But you're famous for it.
Sure.
So 877-794-1973. We say hi to Steve in Milwaukee. He's on the NicolaLaw.com talking text line. Hi, Steve.
Hey, guys. How you doing today?
We are fabulous. Thanks for asking. What do you got?
Hey, I just wanted to expound on what that guy said about the Jordan tongue thing. He did an interview and the guy asked him about it. And he said the reason he stuck his tongue out is because when he was young, he'd be working on cars with his dad, and his dad always had his tongue out. So he got that kind of a habit from his dad.
So it wasn't that his lower jaw was relaxed because he wasn't nervous. It was because he was.
No, it was
a conscious thing. People, they adopt certain tics and certain idiosyncrasies.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but that was not a celebration per se to me. Brad in the 715 has one that I've forgotten. Donald Driver catching a pass for a first down and doing the shimmy, the Donald Driver shake. That was good. That was his thing. Yeah. I had forgotten about that, but thank you. Keep them coming. 877-794-1973. Sammy Sosa home run jump skip thing that he did. When he hit the home run and Sammy would kind of skip out of the box.
I
like
don't know
that.
if I recall that very
I saw him do
clearly.
that. He did do that. Again, that's more of an idiosyncrasy, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Because I saw him do it a couple times, and it was I would chuckle when he would hit a ball like, exit velo of 110 miles an hour, and he'd do his little hop, and then the wind coming off of Waveland would knock it down, and it'd be caught by the left fielder in front of the track, and it's like, ooh, he was hopping for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Premature hopulation by Sammy Sosa. But I like the way you're thinking in that one. Thank you for that. Joe in Greenfield is with us. Joe, we're talking celebrations, taunts. What do you got for us on this Thursday?
It's old school, but Semi Ballesteros used to use his putter like it was a sword and then put it away.
Chichi Rodriguez.
He did that. The Sevy may have done it as an homage.
Chichi Rodriguez.
Yes, Chichi Rodriguez did that. Sevy was the Spaniard. Chichi Rodriguez. Yeah, absolutely.
Chichi was Mexican.
Chichi did the Zorro thing. Yeah.
Yep, that was it. It was the Zorro deal.
So if anybody does that, and if it's an homage, I don't know, maybe Sevy did it as an homage.
He might have, but I don't. Sevy was not that way. He wasn't. He was animated in other ways than that type of a thing.
Bear said Jack Nicklaus had a taunt after he collected the check. He'd walk into the clubhouse, sit down, and ask other players, "You guys think you had a chance at this?" You made that up. That didn't really happen. Well, maybe it did. It's like when Bird walked in, and which one of you guys is going to finish second in the 3-point contest? Again, in the moment though, Bird when he hit the winning three to give him the 3-point contest and left his put a finger up number one and left it up there. That was in the moment, and I don't know that he did that a lot. If you watch any video or if your algorithm feeds you, I get TikToks all the time of NBA players telling stories about Larry Bird's trash talking.
Oh, I know it.
And it's like I watch most of them, but it's
I know.
I get served them all the damn time.
I love those. I love the ones talking about how savage Larry Bird was, and I particularly love the baseball ones when they start telling the stories of the conversations that would happen on first base. That they'd be talking about when a runner gets to first and the first baseman talking to him, and or between pitchers and catchers. And some of that one-on-one stuff. I love that in baseball.
Yep. Peeps in West Bend has one for us, and he's right. Jeffrey Leonard. Rock just brought up Jeffrey Leonard not long ago on the program. Jeffrey Leonard would do his home run trot with one flap down while circling the bases. And back in the day, again, it was a different time. And when, there was no bat flipping, that was controversial. That pissed off opponents when you did stuff like that to draw attention to yourself or, did anything. That's like the old, Brent and all the Lions fans, Barry Sanders just handing the ball to the referee, acting like he'd been in the end zone before. That was the opposite of that. That's the way you were supposed to comport yourself back. And it's funny now that you talk to Rock and you talk to the old heads, the guys who Rock played, and Uke too. When Uke was with us, they played in the era that if you did anything flamboyant at all, they were going to buzz the tower, right? And now, but Rock now is accepting of it. He's like, times have changed. It's not. It's like players should show their personalities now, and it's just a different trip, right? It's like he's changed with the times. He's not mad when guys do stuff. He's just like, it is what it is. Spence said Payne Stewart's fist pump.
Well, that's what he won the U.S. Open at
420.
Pinehurst.
He also said with Jordan, the shrug when he was giving you again, that was in the moment. It wasn't a signature thing. It was a one moment, but yeah, I can see it. It's often been duplicated as well. At 420, we stop what we're discussing and we discuss 420. What are you, high?
Are you high? You're huffing grass?
Yes, indeed. Our daily detour at 420 is brought to us by happyplacehemp.com. I highly recommend you get some Drift Seltzer for Memorial Day weekend or any of the products offered at happyplacehemp.com. In fact, if I have time tomorrow, I'm going to stop by the boys and get some balm. Love the balm.
Balms are
Their
great.
muscle balms, their lotions. Everything they make is quality. They make it right in Muskego. Rob and Chris do it all, and they fill your orders really quickly. If you order online, happyplacehemp.com, or go to the store in Muskego, drop our name. Drew and KB is the code to get you 25% off your order every time. happyplacehemp.com. KB, what's our What Are You High story?
Well, there's a man by the name of Daniel Murillo who is accused, and there's no place for this in a civilized society, who is accused of becoming physical altercation with a 24-year-old woman that they were romantically involved. The duo had traveled from Tampa, but were left stranded when their car broke down, and they were at a hotel at an Econo Lodge, of course. They were in a BMW at an Econo Lodge, which is a unique combination that is probably rarely ever seen. But they had been in this, they had run out of money, and they stayed in the vehicle while they were attempting to fix it. And they had been in a romantic relationship for several months, and they couldn't get a tow from AAA. Well, the man got very mad, led to tension between them, which led to a verbal argument, which then became a physical altercation. And so when the police showed up, right, immediately he was booked because of misdemeanor battery. And he said, hey, we were just arguing. And it did get a little bit out of control, and he certainly showed some remorse for it. However, why is the man high? Because when he was arrested, he was wearing a T-shirt saying, I never argue. Just never argue, but it was an argument that led to a physical altercation that ended up getting him thrown in jail. So, to the man wearing the I never argue T-shirt, becoming physically aggressive during an argument, all I can say is, what are you high?
Are you high? You're huffing grass?
Oh, that's elite.
Oh, I never argue. And then
I never argue.
I never argue. And he's in an
argument. Isn't there a gallery somewhere of people's mugshots where they're wearing T-shirts that are revealing of,
yeah,
you know?
Oh, I'm sure there is.
Yeah.
My sister-in-law is just regular orange.
That's 420. What Are You High? Brought to us by our friends at happyplacehemp.com. Check out Rob and Chris. They do such good work. They make such good products. We happily use them and happily endorse them, and you can get them at a discount with the code Drew and KB online or in store. Now, if you can buy the Drift Seltzer, let's say you didn't plan well and you find yourself getting libations. You know, you're at the liquor store, or it's at the store in general. There's several places, outlets that sell the Drift Seltzer where you can get it. Now, you're not going to get the Drew and KB discount if you buy it in the store, but Albrecht Century in Delafield is one of them. Amon's Beer and Wine, McWanago, Wind Lake, and now in Delavan, another location. They've been with those guys a lot. They've been there for a while. Muskego Beer, Wine, and Liquor. Ray's in Wauwatosa. Ray's will be doing big business in the next couple of days because people got to stock up for the holiday. Discount Liquor, great store there. Marie does such a good job. That's a good place. If you can't find it at Discount Liquor, you ain't finding it. The extensive selection. And KB's favorite store, Hugh G Vapes.
It's just right down the street. That's all I'm saying. That's right. I don't know if it's my favorite. But
buy
it's
the
right down
Drift
street from me.
Seltzer. Buy the Drift Seltzer. And again, but if you buy it from the guys, if you buy it either in store or online, you can use the Drew and KB code for 25% off. All right, keep them coming. 877-794-1973. Ryan hits us up and said, oh, Aaron Jones would dust off his jersey after getting a first down run. That's a solid celebration. Yeah,
that was a good one.
I always like that. And he would wear the sombrero into the stadium
and the shades.
Too. Yeah. Vinny in Verona said primetime, the Dion dance into the end zone.
Yep.
That's a good one.
With the big, huge shoulder pads.
Yes, that is a good one. Steph Curry had the shimmy. Yeah, Steph Curry has the shimmy. I'll grant that. Now, like with the Jordan tongue, Steph Curry playing with his mouth guard.
That was the other one.
Idiosyncratic, but not a taunt or a. He does it all the time. He does it when they're down 20, right? He's idiosyncratic, not a taunt or a celebration for our purposes today. Keep them coming. We're having fun with this today. Again, we laugh so we don't cry because Halliburton hit a big shot and the Pacers beat the Knicks last night. When we come back, Hunter's going to hit us with some hardcore sports. We'll talk more about the Brewers. Maybe we'll have those roster moves.
Yeah, we might. We're getting near an hour towards game time. And
all right.
Their first pitch is at 5:40 at PNC. We got to find out who's not suiting up tonight for the Brew Crew. Hardcore Sports is up next. Drew and KB statewide on the game.
Now once did you leave my mind? We talk on the phone from night till the morning. Girl, it really changed my life. Doing things I never do. I'm in the kitchen cooking things.
This hour of Drew and KB is brought to you by Great Midwest Bank.
Guys, what's happening? Tim Allen joined Pipe Bomb and me tonight. The Brewers and Pirates fire up a big 4-game series in Pittsburgh. They'll play the Pirates and possibly the Rain. We're talking about it tonight. Post-game show with Potawatomi Sportsbook. Bet above the rest here on the game.
Now, here's traffic from Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank. Call the Tri-City Total Traffic Tip Line at 414-944-5111.
Northbound on 43, taking about 25 minutes up to Brown Deer. Delays breaking after Keefe. Your southbound delays starting at North Ave, continuing down to the Marquette and on to 4394 down to Chase. I'm Kevin Henry. That's your latest total traffic.
This report is sponsored by Club Car Wash and ClubCarWash.com.
Club Car Wash is open in Sussex on Executive Drive across from Meyer on Lisbon. And for a short time, premium MVP washes are $1, with proceeds benefiting Big Brothers Big Sisters. Unlimited memberships are $10 a month for 3 months. ClubCarWash.com.
Join the club.
Drew and KB here with our buddies, Rob and Chris from HappyPlaceHemp.com. Let's talk a little bit, and this comes up a lot with Delta 9 THC products. Wisconsin isn't a legal state at this point, but your products are indeed legal. Where is that line?
So Wisconsin falls under the federal law, which is 0.3% Delta 9 THC per product. So all of our products are derived from hemp and have a concentration of 0.3% on a dry weight basis, so it's legal. So a gummy, which is heavier, I can put a lot more in there, and you can still get the same effects. And especially with my new seltzer, I can put a lot more in there, and you can feel the effects, and it stays way below the legal threshold.
Let's talk about the new store hours. You guys realized that your customers were having a hard time getting to you before 5 o'clock, so you're helping them out.
Yeah, that's been the case for coming up on 5 years now. We're open Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 9 to 7, and Saturday, 10 to 2.
Thanks, guys. Remember, quick and easy ordering at HappyPlaceHemp.com. Promo code Drew and KB for 25% off your order every time. Hey, it's Drew Olson, and I have to tell you, I could not be happier with our new 97.3 The Game broadcast studio built by Reamer Remodel. It has been a game changer. And thanks to the Reamer Remodel team, RIEMER Remodel.com.
Calling all Costco members and deal lovers. Ready to elevate your odor fighting game? Find Old Spice Swagger deodorant at Costco and unleash 24/7 freshness when used daily. Old Spice Swagger isn't just any deodorant, it's the #1 aluminum-free deodorant brand, providing long-lasting scent and 24/7 odor protection when used daily. You'll smell so good, you might just attract a fan club. Don't wait! Grab your 4-pack of Swagger deodorant at Costco now, because freshness is mandatory.
KB here with Tom Goldman from G2 Insurance. Hey, Tom, it's been a little while.
Yeah, thanks, KB. The insurance industry is kind of a mess right now, and we've been a little crazy the last few years.
Are you talking about things like the California fires?
You know, that hasn't even started to affect the industry yet. We have just had so many price increases and coverage changes that people are really wanting to spend more time understanding how they can improve their insurance.
Well, I can speak from experience. You are great at providing service and educating your clients.
That's been one of the reasons we've been so successful these last few years. Actually taking the time to go through things with people and find a great fit for them with a company like West Bend.
So is now a good time for people to give you a call?
Yeah, we love talking to your smart and good-looking listeners and helping them with their home and auto insurance. But the folks who would really benefit right now are probably the small and medium-sized business owners, contractors, professionals, restaurant owners, those things.
Take it from me. It's worth calling G2 Insurance. If you need help with your insurance, especially if you're a business owner, call Tom and his team or go to G2INS.com. They're your friend in insurance.
The final episode of Season 3 of the Larrabee and LePay podcast is available to listen to right now. Matt and Wayne talk with Jake Kokorowski, who covers the Wisconsin Badgers for Sports Illustrated, about where Badger football sits coming out of spring. Plus, Wayne talks Packers post-draft and what to look for in the upcoming OTAs. You can listen to this and every episode of the Larrabee and LePay podcast, available anytime on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Presented by UW Credit Union. Here for every you.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy. And from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
The series could be decided Friday between the Milwaukee Admirals and the Texas Stars as they meet in game number 4 at UW Milwaukee Panther Arena. DeLeo threw it toward the goal. That's blocked out. Keep free. Shot a goal! Joakim Kemmel! Pre-game coverage at 6:30. Face-off at 7 on Fox Sports 920 and your iHeartRadio app.
Broadcasting live from the all-new Iron Jock Studios built by Rima Remodel. This is Drew and KB.
Do me a favor, all right? Don't be too critical.
On the game.
Drew and KB bringing it to you. We got another half hour in the Iron Jock Studio before it magically transforms to the Central Standard Distillery Timeout Sports Lounge. Iron Jock, though, inventory count week is upon us.
Yes.
They're counting all the gear at Iron Jock World Headquarters, and they need you to help them reduce the stuff that they got to count. The more you buy, the less there is to inventory. Makes sense, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Now through Sunday, buy $65 or more of Iron Jock. Use the code INVENTORY30, and Paul Hansen will give you 30% off. Plus, they'll give you a string backpack. Those things come in handy in the summer. They're awesome. Go to ironjoc.com. INVENTORY30, 30% off your order of $65 or more of the best performance apparel you can find anywhere. Iron Jock. Hunter is here with us to hit us with some hardcore sports. Hunter, what are the headlines of the moment?
There's sports, and then there's hardcore sports. If you have an unquenchable thirst for sports, we satisfy every one of those desires. We give it to you the way you like it. Hardcore.
All right, let's start with the Milwaukee Brewers. Tonight, they start their 4-game series against the Pittsburgh Pirates at PNC Park. And still waiting on the roster moves when it comes to who is going to be activated, who is not going to be. The report from Todd Rosiak of the Journal-Sentinel is that Aaron Savali will get the start for the Crew tonight and go about 65 to 75 pitches. He'll be followed by Carlos Rodriguez. Now, Savali started on March 30th, then got hurt, has not started for the major league team since. He was scheduled to do a rehab start with the Nashville Sounds last night, was scratched. So then people started thinking, oh, is he going to be the one to maybe start tonight? And he is, followed by Carlos Rodriguez. The problem is both of them have to be added to the roster. And right now, as of this moment, the Brewers have not announced any roster moves, and we are a minute, 7 minutes, or an hour and 7 minutes away from the game. So we shall see. We have no roster moves to speak of right now.
All right.
Do they think maybe it's going to get rained out?
They still got to file the paperwork and stuff.
That's
like
what
it
I
has
would
to be
think.
in with the league. I can't believe like
in the event they play,
Kurt Hogue and McKelvey getting sandwiches or what?
Well, Todd, I don't know if Adam is there. I know Todd's there, and that was the only thing that he told us. But if the Brewers haven't tweeted it out, they haven't officially announced it.
I mean, yeah, but I think you got to make the move.
Right. Like they'll officially announce it, I would think, here pretty soon. But our best guess is Easton McGee probably goes down to AAA, and then
that's one
possibly who else from there? It's tough to say. I mean, people are like, should they designate for assignment Tyler Alexander? I think it's too early to do that. I know he pitched a lot the last 2 days, so he's unavailable tonight, but he's still kind of your long relief guy until Ashby and Hall get back.
They're going to be moving. They're going to be shuffling pieces when guys start coming back, right?
For sure.
So that's going to be a lot of transactions,
right?
But you got to get Savali on. Like you got to
and Rodriguez.
Yeah, and Rodriguez. So that's wild that we still don't know.
Yeah,
and we haven't heard anything about the weather yet either. It's still
no.
Tenuous. Okay. Well, when we know, we'll let our smart, good-looking listeners know.
Yes, we will. We'll let you know promptly. Burrow's on the mound for the Pirates tonight. 5:40 first pitch. Burrow's making his first MLB start. He had an appearance last year. All right, let's go to some sound from Packers head coach Matt LaFleur, who was on the Up and Adams show with Kay Adams yesterday and spoke on a myriad of topics. I mean, a bunch of different topics. Let's start with the Jair situation.
Ja is a great player. Unfortunately, he's been kind of snake bit the last couple of years, and he's missed a lot of time. And so it's hard to play up to your potential when you're not on the grass.
What's the plan there? Is anything, who asks about him more? You, Halfley, or fans?
Probably all of us. I would say, yeah, I think that's just something that we're working through, and, hopefully we'll have some resolution sooner than later.
The answer continues to be there's no answer.
No answer.
Mm-hmm.
The updates.
Yeah, that's fast. I mean, now we're all of a sudden late May. And what do you think happens first? Rodgers signs with the Steelers, or there's a resolution to Jair Alexander?
Well, isn't there a June 1st date looming for Jair? Yeah. Something about if they cut him, the cap ramifications.
Mm-hmm.
Has Pittsburgh said anything about going after Aaron Rodgers, or is this just the media saying that's where he's going?
Well, let's hear what Matt LaFleur has to say about that.
Has Mike Tomlin asked you anything about Aaron? Like when you guys are doing your off-season wine tastings or get together as coaches, has he asked you about Aaron?
No, nothing. Neither has Arthur. So Arthur Smith, their OC, I haven't heard from either of those guys in regards to him. I'm pretty sure they know what they're doing. I'm sure they're confident in what they're doing, and I would fully expect him to be a Pittsburgh Steeler.
So I think it's just known kind of around the league. I don't think this is just media. I think the league is like, yeah, he'll sign close to training camp and he'll probably be the quarterback. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like that's just.
Apparently, Rodgers did tell, he said it on McAfee months ago. And then I think he said it was with Joe Rogan just in the last week and said that people in his inner circle a couple of people are battling cancer. And so he's been dealing with that. So personal problems, like maybe trumping his desire to go look at film at the Steelers complex or something. Who knows? It does seem that it still seems like it's going to happen, but mini camp, that would be about, the time. So, and again, for Jair, I bet we're going to get news on both of those. By the time we're at American Place Casino on May 31st, we'll know.
Ooh, both
That's
of
my
them?
guess. By the end of next week. Yeah.
Huh.
That's my guess.
That'd be quick.
Yeah.
I feel like Rodgers will take a little longer. I would bet that Jair has a resolution before, but we shall see.
Yeah.
More Matt LaFleur. You talked about since Mark Murphy is retiring here in a couple of months. Talked about what Mark Murphy has meant to him and what he's been like as a leader.
The one thing I've always admired about Mark as a leader is he's going to trust you to do the job the right way, and he's going to let you do it. And he's so consistent. Like I think that is a mark of a good leader, is you better know who you're getting each and every day. And whether things are going great or you're going through some adversity, he remains calm and steady all the way through it. And I think that's a great quality.
A lot of people just continue to pour on the praises for Mark Murphy. It's hard to find someone who says something negative about it. It sounds like he's just had as much of an influence as we have noticed, as fans or media. It's been just the same inside the building.
Yeah, definitely. It was, again, great victory lap he got to take at the draft and announcing that pick. What a send-off.
Yeah, perfect.
He'll be out July 1st, and then it's Ed Policy's show. But yeah, Mark Murphy's leaving a legacy, no question.
Absolutely. Matt LaFleur also talking about the wide receiver room and the fact that some of these young guys who are growing up a little, starting to become leaders in that room. It's maybe not as young of a room as we once thought.
I do think we have a very, very competitive receiver room. I think it's as deep as anybody in the league. And I love how our guys go out there and compete and push each other. And, it's been pretty cool to watch the veterans, although that there's a first rounder coming in the room. There's a third rounder coming in the room, just how they've embraced those guys and taken them in, and they're coaching them up out on the field. Shoot, we were out there earlier today, and I went over to tell Matthew something about one of his routes, and I was just about to start talking, and then Romeo Dobbs grabbed him and started talking. And I said, "Hey, you talking about the Dover?" He's like, "Yeah." And I said, "All right, you got him." So, but that's a pretty cool thing to watch these guys. You know, that's something that we're stressing with our team. We have a young team. We've had the youngest team the last 2 years, and just it's important, I think, just to develop the leadership that is needed. That when you get into those division games or playoff type games, that you have a player-led team that can help get you through those tough moments.
I love that LaFleur said that, and I am just hoping beyond hope that there's a team that's younger than the Packers this year.
So we don't have to hear it.
I don't have to hear that narrative anymore. And guys that are in their third year should be like looking outward
to start
now,
to be,
to start to.
Well, if you think about it, if the average NFL career is just a little over 3 years, they should be at their peak right now.
Yeah, I mean,
statistically speaking,
been around. They should be. Improvement from within is something that the Packers got to bank on. And when we were at the thing yesterday with Wayne Larrabee and Wes Hodkowitz and Billy, one of the questions that came from the crowd was, what players, who do you expect to step up and make a big leap this year? And mine was Dontavian Wicks, but I said, for everybody's sanity and for the Packers' sake, I hope it's Lucas Van Ness too.
Yeah.
Right? He's due to make that leap and justify the first-round pick they spent on him, because if he doesn't, see you later. But you expect that from guys, and it will be good, and it's a natural evolution. I mean, hell, look at Hunter. I remember when Hunter walked in here, he didn't know where the bathrooms were, and now he's training Alex, and he's like running the whole damn operation.
No doubt.
Just saying, natural evolution.
That is natural evolution.
Yeah, we're just trying to hang on to him.
That's right.
All right, let's go to more about the wide receiver room, because Matt LaFleur talked about not having a wide receiver one. That's always you need a wide receiver one. You don't have a top wide receiver.
Makes him want to throw up.
Right? So let's see what he thinks.
I don't really care.
You don't care, yeah.
With you, what people think. I just care what we think in our building, and I think we've got a lot of great options, and I think we have the versatility to put people at the point of attack and have confidence that they're going to go out there and make the play. Do I think there's another level for our guys? Absolutely. Do I think we can do a better job as coaches putting them in different positions? No doubt about it. But when I view a receiving core as a group, I kind of look at more like you would a basketball team. Just you want the versatility amongst the group to be able to put these guys in different positions. And like I said, I think we got a really deep room, and there's going to be a lot of competition in that room to catch a lot of balls.
It's going to be fun to watch. A lot of athletes in there.
Yep.
You know what people need to realize is that the whole not having a number one thing, it's such a load of crap. And I'll tell you why. It's mostly media and writers going, you don't have a number one. You don't have a number one. So what? Right?
Yeah.
Well, that's how it's done. So what? You know, you don't get better. You don't change the game by playing the game the same way. Right? Maybe there's a better way out there. Maybe you don't have to be number one. Right? Maybe you don't have to have a number one. Maybe you can have two number twos and a 2A. Who knows? Who cares? But that drives me absolutely crazy. Well, that's how we do it. Okay, well, how's that working out for you?
When the Packers had James Lofton and John Jefferson, who was the number one?
Was anyone bitching about it? No.
Did it matter?
Because what happens is a lot of the media guys, because they're around it, they pick up on all these, little catchphrases and things like that, and they start, spitting them back so they can sound intelligent. Doesn't matter. Just do what you do. You know what? It's like you never I'm not going to say it because I would get in trouble. But I could say it, and I should, but I'm not going to.
Well, somebody's going to lead the team in catches and yards and touchdowns.
Yes.
And the fact that we don't know who it is, like you said, it's not necessarily a bad thing.
Who cares? The average person, no one knew what the number one, the X receiver, blah, 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 was until Madden came along anyway. Right? No one knew what it was. We just sat back and enjoyed the game. So sit back and enjoy the game. But you know what, Hunter, you got any more?
No.
You know what you really need to know?
Tell me.
Okay, I'm going to tell you this.
What do we need to know?
Gandhi, right? Just a man known as a very peaceful man.
Sure.
Right? And wanted just peace around the world. All he wanted was people to live peacefully. Well, he once wrote a letter to his very dear friend urging him not to go to war. That friend was Hitler. And now you know the rest of the
nicely
story.
Done, Paul Harvsky. Yeah, hey. That is Hardcore Sports brought to us by Hunter Baumgart today. All right, we're getting close. Central Standard Distillery Timeout Sports Lounge opens in about 15 minutes. Maybe then we'll know who's on the Brewers roster and who's not. You got Drew and KB hanging out with you on this Thursday in the Goodlands, statewide on the Game.
With that cover band at old school radio station, let's just drive until it's faded. Girl, let's lose it tonight.
KB, it's that time of year again for Iron Jock.
Memorial Day weekend?
Well, yes, but Iron Jock needs to inventory their gear. You could say it's inventory count week at Iron Jock HQ.
So let's help them move some gear. Now through May 25th, when you buy $65 or more of Iron Jock, use the code INVENTORY30 for 30% off your entire order.
And you'll get a free Iron Jock string backpack as a bonus. These are perfect for summertime activities out and about.
Just go to ironjock.com. That's ironjoc.com.
Now through May 25th.
This is Chris Broussard. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by DraftKings.
The Packers will have joint practices with the Colts and Seahawks during training camp. The workouts will be held before the team's preseason games. Elimination is looming over the Admirals in the Calder Cup playoffs. Milwaukee trails Texas 2-1 of the best-of-5 series, Game 4 tomorrow night. Yannick Sinner and Arina Sabalenka drew the top seats for the French Open today. The tennis season's second Grand Slam opens Sunday. I'm Frank Garrity.
DraftKings is all about responsible gaming. It's more fun when it's for fun. So play responsibly. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 or older. Age and eligibility vary by jurisdiction.
Another morning, another battle with the snooze button. You drag through your day, chugging coffee and energy drinks just to function, and by 4 o'clock, you're crashing hard. Workouts? Skipped. Family time? You're just too tired. Drew Wilson here to tell you that the hours between 6 and 10 o'clock at night should be yours to work out, play with the kids, and live your life, not just survive it. If low energy, bad sleep, and afternoon slumps are slowing you down, it's time to check your testosterone. As men get older, testosterone levels naturally decline. You might not notice it at first or even feel a difference at all, but it can impact your performance in the conference room at work, the weight room at the gym, and even the bedroom. When people ask, how you doing? And you reply, fine, I guess. You need to set up an appointment with Game Day Men's Health and change that answer to awesome. At Game Day Men's Health, they make it simple. Fast T-level testing, effective in-office treatments. With multiple area locations, there's probably one near you. No waiting, no hassle, just real results. Don't waste another night on the couch. Take back your life with Game Day Men's Health. Book your free T-level test today at GameDayMen'sHealth.com and get back in the game.
I can see the breath inside my house. This is how horror movies start.
First, the cold seeps in. Next thing you know, you're spooning your cat for warmth.
I tried it. He bit me.
Jason, come on, man. You need a new furnace. Don't you know that Capital is giving away the furnace when you get a new AC?
Giving as in free?
Yeah, but call Capital before this turns into the horror version of Frozen. Call Capital today and get a free furnace with a new AC.
Old-fashioned service, you can't go wrong. Call CapitalCares.com.
They say seeing is believing. And when you check out what's waiting for you at American Place Casino, you'll definitely believe you'll love it. From thrilling gaming to top-notch service, we're changing the game. Come play all your favorites like blackjack, craps, roulette, and the latest slots. Catch a game at the sportsbook, enjoy great restaurants, bars, and more. If you're ready for excitement, exceptional service, and an experience you'll never forget, then we'll see you soon. American Place Casino. Change the game. Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER.
Drew Wilson from 97 through the Game for Pep's Pizza, the official pizza of the Timeout Sports Lounge. I'd like to introduce you to Pep's Legit. With a stone-baked, cracker-thin crust, zesty tomato sauce, whole milk mozzarella, toppings that take you back, and a signature spice topping, Legit pizzas are the real deal. Pep's Legit Pizza tastes like it came from your favorite childhood pizzeria. With 6 different varieties, there's something for everyone to try. My personal favorite, the Legit Supreme, featuring mozzarella from Wisconsin, cup and char pepperoni, Chicago-made Italian sausage, mushrooms, onions, peppers, black olives, and Parmesan. Now that's legit. Try a Pep's Legit today.
Back pain, neck pain, nerve pain, it's exhausting, and you deserve better. More than 80% of adults will experience significant back or neck pain at some time during their lives. At Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, their spine specialists use advanced diagnostics and innovative treatments to relieve pain and restore motion. From conservative therapy to minimally invasive procedures, your spine care is in expert hands. The OAW Spine Team performs hundreds of surgeries annually. They're one of the most trusted names for back and spinal care in the region. With in-house imaging, physical therapy, and top-ranked surgeons, they make it easier to take the next step without pain holding you back. When I was in pain last fall, my first thought was to reach out to OAW, and it was the best decision I ever made. I recommend that you trust them with your pain and your care, too. All the information that you need to book your appointment can be found at orthowisconsin.com. That's orthowisconsin.com. Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, there is a difference.
The peace lily is so last year. Hey, has anyone worked with fiddlenecks?
Shelby's popular flower shop is in full bloom.
We just got a request for an arrangement that evokes air. Who's up for that challenge? No?
She needs to hire a floral designer to nip foliage faux pas in the bud.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our advanced matching helps find talented candidates so you can connect with them fast. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
The coolest summer starts at Target with up to 50% off select Sun Squad pool and outdoor toys and 20% off select favorite day treats with Target Circle. Discover inflatable pools and outdoor toys that'll surely make a big splash this season, while you keep it cool and sweet with the most shareable cookies and frozen snacks under the sun. Hurry! Now through Memorial Day, save up to 50% on select Sun Squad toys and 20% on select favorite day treats with Target Circle, only at Target. Restrictions apply.
This hour of Drew and KB is brought to you by Great Midwest Bank.
Drew and KB from the Iron Jock Studio, which will very shortly transform into the Central Standard Distillery Timeout Sports Lounge. If you're looking for something to do this weekend, you might have heard it is a holiday. A lot of folks not working on Monday, including us.
No,
I'm not working at all next week. I'm off all next week. But there's a place you can go if you have some free time.
Yeah,
American Place Casino south of the border.
Mm-hmm.
This Sunday, what's happening at American Place this weekend? Oh, slots of fun, KB.
Oh,
lots of fun. From 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Sunday, they will be running, randomly selecting winners every 15 minutes. And those winners will get $125 in free play.
That is fun.
It's a lot of action with Neptune and Zeus.
It's not the same slots of fun as they had in Vegas.
No, but it's
where you
lots
could get
of fun.
the 99-cent all-you-can-eat shrimp at 3 a.m. But this is fun.
Begin your journey at the AP Rewards Club because you got to be a rewards member, and you must have an open and active rating at least 1 hour before each promotional hot seat drawing to qualify. Members may win a maximum of 2 times per promotion day. Free play awards under $500 will expire in 24 hours after they are issued, but just go there and win some free play. You're going to have fun no matter what, but it's even more fun when you win free play in the Slots of Fun promotion that runs from 10 to 6 on Sunday. Then, Saturday, the 31st of May, we will be down there hanging out at the Circus Sportsbook beginning at 5 and get ready to go watch the Jay Moore Comedy Show at 7. Some of our winners are there. If you didn't win, go to AmericanPlace.com and grab yourself some tickets to see Jay Moore, or just come and see us and hang out with us on Saturday the 31st. We're looking forward to our return visit to American Place Casino. Visit AmericanPlace.com for more info.
Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-426-2537.
They're going to be serving Central Standard products at American Place soon.
Indeed.
So will we. Next, the Timeout Sports Lounge is going to open. Don't go anywhere. Drew and KB statewide on the game.
97.3 The Game. This is what's trending in Milwaukee now.
This sports update is brought to you by American Place Casino. Nonstop excitement just over the Wisconsin border in Lake County, Illinois. I'm Dave Gasper. The Milwaukee Brewers are starting a 4-game road series in Pittsburgh tonight against the cellar dwellers of the NL Central. The Pirates will have rookie Mike Burrows on the mound to make his season debut tonight. First pitch is at 5:40 p.m. And after the last pitch, make the switch to the baseball postgame show with Tim Allen right here on 97.3 The Game. The NBA Western Conference Finals continue with Game 2 tonight between the Timberwolves and Thunder. The Thunder were able to take Game 1 at home and are looking to keep that momentum going. Tip-off is set for 7:30. It's also Game 2 in the East Finals of the Stanley Cup playoffs between the Florida Panthers and Carolina Hurricanes. Puck drop is at 7 p.m. I'm Dave Gasper on Milwaukee's most listened to sports station, 97.3 The Game.
Now, here's traffic from Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank. Call the Tri-City Total Traffic Tip Line at 414-944-5111.
Northbound 4145 taking 25 minutes from the zoo to Good Hope. Crash off to the left shoulder at Watertown Plank. Also 25 over on 43 northbound between the Marquette and Brown Deer. Delays breaking after Keefe. I'm Kevin Henry. That's your latest total traffic.
This report is sponsored by First Choice Heating and Cooling.
This energy bill can't be right.
Don't let old systems drain your budget. First Choice Heating offers 5 years of 0% payment options on new installation, select systems only. Visit firstchoiceheating.com today.
Get your tickets now for Brewapalooza, presented by Potawatomi Sportsbook, June 13th at AmFam Field. Here's the deal. Get a game ticket for the Brewers and Cardinals in our Left's Lucky Town pregame tailgate for just $45. We're almost sold out, so get your tickets now at 973thegame.com/Brewers.
KB, did you know that the most popular selling Wisconsin-made vodka is Door County Cherry Vodka?
I believe it. I've never turned it down.
It mixes well with anything.
Or straight over ice. It's perfection in a glass.
Central Standard's Door County Cherry Vodka. So good.
Want to make your next meal a little less ordinary? Well, head to Quick Trip because we're so back with our legendary No Ordinary Chicken. Hand-breaded, fried to golden perfection, and ready for you to devour.
This chicken, it's different.
Hey, grab your own bite of our juicy chicken tenders or sauced up boneless wings. Perfect for dunking, dipping, and just devouring. Feeling extra hungry? Well, sink your teeth into our crispy chicken sandwich. It's so good you'll want to write it a love song.
Oh, chicken sandwich, you complete me.
Yeah, okay. Maybe not a song, but it's one great sandwich. And hey, if you're feeding the whole flock, grab the 8-piece chicken meal dinner for tonight, tomorrow, or the whole week. This isn't just any chicken. It's Quick Trip's No Ordinary Chicken. The legend on your plate and flavor that rules the roost. Stop in your local Quick Trip today and taste the difference.
This hour of Drew and KB is brought to you by Great Midwest Bank.
Hey y'all, this is singer-songwriter Riley Green, and my idea of a good time is grabbing a guitar, a few good friends, and some cold and smooth Busch Lights. Pick up a case of your own this weekend. No guitar needed.
Busch. Enjoy responsibly. 2024 Anheuser-Busch Busch Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Chilton Windows, Doors, and more. We've got what you're looking for. Chilton Windows, Doors, and more. We've got what you're looking for. Come on over, you'll agree. When you want the best, we're the one to see.
KB here with Javier Cardona from Tilton Windows, Doors, and More. I got to tell you, Javier, we've been working together for more than 6 years, and I got a surprise for you.
What's up, KB?
Well, with all the wind we've had this winter and spring, I've lost gutters, patio lights, and now my front porch storm door. So I guess I'm moving on to the doors part of Tilton Windows, Doors, and More. You got me on this, right?
We do, KB. We do doors, we do storm doors, we do security doors. Along with siding, we'll do your soffit, your fascia, and your gutters.
Well, there you have it, folks. Just go to utilton.com and click on the orange button to get started. That's the letter U, Tilton.com.
Tilton Windows, Doors, and more. We've got what you're looking for.
At Tilton Windows, Doors, and More, they've got what you're looking for.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Leaving for the gym so early?
I'm ready to go.
Since you started taking Nugenix Total T, you've been acting like when we met in our 20s.
I feel like myself again. Lower testosterone after turning 40 slowed me down. Nugenix Total T has been a game changer for me.
What is it about Nugenix Total T that's different?
It's a key ingredient called Tesnor. It boosts free and total testosterone to help you get back the drive and energy from your youth. Total T is backed by 5 clinical studies.
I've seen the huge difference it's made for you in the gym, at work, and in the bedroom.
I'm so glad I sent them a text for my complimentary bottle. Text TAP to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Nugenix is the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now, and we'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever. Absolutely free. Text TAP to 42424. That's TAP to 42424. Products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
Number 1 on your car radio preset and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. This is WRNW-FM Milwaukee. 97.3 The Game.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hello, smart
and good-looking listeners across Wisconsin. Drew and KB's Timeout Sports Lounge is now open. So grab a bar stool and belly up because it's time to knock a few back with your host, Drew and KB.
So basically you have Jim, Jack, Johnny Red, Johnny Black, and Jose, all my favorite men.
Time for drinking, bud.
Drink up while it's cold, ladies. Toilet wine is a big thing in there, and people get their drink on.
We sat and drank with the sun on our shoulders and felt like free men.
I don't know what inferior swill this is, but I ordered a Lagavulin. Set them up and I'll knock them back, Lloyd. 1 by 1.
We hope there isn't a single fan who is having a problem with the two-fisted slopper.
Drink. The king commands it.
They took the bar! The whole bar!
Medium dry martini, lemon peel, shaken, not stirred.
Our clock on the wall says it's 5:01. Happy hours arrived. We're happy you're hanging out with us, Drew and KB, from the Central Standard Distillery Timeout Sports Lounge. I'm Drew. KB is here.
What is going on, brother man?
Oh, I see no tarp on the field at PNC Park. Brewers are getting ready to play. Perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
We'll find out. First pitch slated to be in about 39 minutes from right now. Hunter Baumgart is here with us. He's manning the NicoletLaw.com talk and text line. That's our velvet rope in the Timeout Sports Lounge. 877-794-1973. Got to get past there to get in to the club, where we celebrate the products made by Evan, Pat, and the crew down at Central Standard Craft Distillery, including the Drew and KB Bourbon, Door County Cherry Vodka, the ready-to-pour line. We talk about it all the time. They're all delicious, and you can check them out at thecentralstandard.com. KB, what kind of cocktail are you mixing today?
What we're going to have is going to have a thing called the Bull's Blood. It is
Bull's Blood.
Yes, it is made with the Docksider rye whiskey, right?
Tasty.
Orange curacao, a little bit of rum, and some orange juice.
All right. Bull's Blood.
Bull's Blood.
In honor of all the Tauruses out there who are
And I thought there'd be Red Bull in it, but there's not. How ironic.
Absolutely. Hunter Baumgart is our tour guide, taking us on to taverns, dive bars, if you will, around the state. Hunter, where are we going today?
We're going to go to Hawkins, Wisconsin, and that is going to be where we're going to find
Connie Hawkins.
Tom's
Taylor
way
Hawkins.
Tom's way to go.
Tom's way to go.
To go.
Way to go, Tom.
Tom's way to go.
Mhm.
Tom's
Right
way
on Main Street, a relaxed tavern with a selection of beers and cocktails, plus offerings such as burgers and shrimp. It's Tom's Way to Go on Main Street in Hawkins, Wisconsin, which is right around Highway 8 in the northern part of the state.
I was going to say, I have never been to Hawkins, Wisconsin.
Nor have I. I don't even know where it is.
And I bet somebody will text us, 877-794-1973.
Someone's been there, I'm sure.
And they will know.
Probably going there this weekend.
Probably. We are, we've been spinning a lot of plates today in the Timeout Sports Lounge, but
You know what,
right now our plates have pizza on them.
I was going to say, you know what we're spinning? What's on those plates that we're spinning? It's none other than the Pep's Draft House Pizza, the only pizza that we serve here in the Timeout Sports Lounge. As a matter of fact, it's the only food we serve in the Timeout Sports Lounge, aside from a garnish and your drink every once in a while, right?
Yeah.
So if you come in and we'd say, you know, hey, you guys got anything to eat? Yeah, we have Pep's Draft House Pizza. Anything else? No, we don't need anything else. Why? Because they have big toppings and an even bigger taste. You can bring that pizza experience home now. They have original hand-tossed crust. They have crispy, thin crust. They have rising crust, 14 different flavor varieties, personal sizes. My God. You want to talk about a world of pizza. It's right there in your grocer's freezer, and it all starts with the word Peps.
Turn your house into a draft house with Pep's Draft House Pizza. We were speculating about some Brewers roster moves. We knew they had to make some because Aaron Savali is starting today and Carlos Rodriguez is following him to the mound. And until, 10 minutes ago, neither one of them was on the roster. Hunter, how did the Brewers accommodate the new guys that are going to be pitching tonight?
Well, the news has come down that the Brewers have designated for assignment Yoel Payamps.
Pamps is gone.
Gone.
He gone.
So he, of course, has been with the team over 2 seasons. 2023 had a 2.55 ERA. 2024, a 3.05 ERA. This year, 8.35 ERA. Just had not had a good start to the season, and they clearly thought yesterday was kind of the last straw. He gives up that run in the 8th inning. And the Brewers ended up losing yesterday, and they have decided to designate him for assignment. So he is going to be likely claimed by another team. Then you have Easton McGee option to AAA. So those are your two moves. Savali and Carlos Rodriguez both up and will pitch tonight.
That is interesting. Pyumps out. 11 Dilly are getting ready to call the game on FanDuel Sports Wisconsin. First pitch again is at 5:40. Brewers and the Pirates need to win this one to get off on a good foot after losing yesterday to the Orioles. And then tomorrow you're facing Skeens because you don't want to lose the game and then face Skeens.
No.
That's not positive. No. Have you seen the Brewers lineup yet, Hunter? I have it in front of me.
I have not.
It looks like the standard issue.
Yes, now I got it.
Yeah, it looks pretty standard.
Yeah, it does
to me. Turang, Churio, Contreras, Yelich, Hoskins, Collins, Frelick, Durbin, Ortiz, and Savali for 65 pitches ish, followed by Rodriguez.
Okay, we all know that Yelich isn't hitting.
Yep.
Right. And we know that it's difficult when you're used to playing and coming in and only DHing. You're basically pinch hitting every few innings. But what's the rationale with not moving him? Yeah, I know the lineup finds you, but doesn't it make sense? Okay, if he's hitting 184, just move him way down and say, instead of keeping him in the number 4 hole, thinking that, well, maybe if he catches one, I mean, wait till you move him back up until he starts catching him in the 7 and 8 spot.
Well, the thing is,
some of it.
Rock has told us
it's a
the only way to get through it is to go through it. Right? Mm-hmm. He's going through it. This month he's batting 129.
He's been going through it though since he hurt his knee.
He has, but that's the thing. It's like, okay, so what happens when you move him down in the order? He gets fewer plate appearances.
Okay.
Then it might be longer
Isn't that
for
a
him
good
to get
thing?
out of it. No, well, not
right
and
now.
The thing is, who's he blocking, and what's my thing is, what's the difference? Like, we should be batting Isaac Collins in the 4 hole.
Well,
plus he's left-handed, and part of the lineup is that
big
left-right
lefty,
thing.
lefty, righty, lefty,
is where
righty.
they construct the lineup.
Sure.
So at some point that weighs into it. But I'm like, what's the point? I think if you're going to move him, I'd move him up, let him lead off because he sees more pitches and probably than Turang, and like when he's going good, he does. He's the king of soft contact and groundouts right now. It's insane how much he's grounding out.
Yeah, and he used to hit everything hard. And, Sue's back to saying he doesn't look comfortable in the box.
There's a story, I think it was a Kurt Hogue production going into the series. Yes, it was, about the Brewers and where they are offensively. 5 things that are wrong with the Brewers offense. Found that one interesting. The Brewers have the fewest hard hit base hits in the majors in the month of May.
Really?
They have 66 base hits with an exit velocity of 95 miles per hour or greater. That is dead last in the major leagues. The Tigers, who are first, have twice as many hard hit base hits as the Brewers. And Yelich's hard hit rate has gone way down too. You could move him, but I'm like, what's the point? I want him to get out of it, so I'd move him up. I'm with Tim Allen on that one. I would move him up in the order and just give him a look at the top. Let him,
There you go.
The problem with that is Turang's so good at. He's your perfect leadoff hitter right now, and he's hitting so well.
That's why I'd move him to second. I'd just move everybody down because, like, your most productive guy, I think, should be second. It used to be like, oh, your slugger's clean up in third. I'd let him bat second.
Yeah,
he's getting on base. And
then you'd be going
happen.
lefty, but
that's all right. Again, I don't think that matters as much because with the 3-guy rule, you don't face loogies anymore anyway.
True.
It's like you can. Yeah. Will they ever pinch hit for Yelich in a key situation? I say no. It'll never happen. They pinch hit for Ortiz with impunity. They pinch hit for Frelick if it's a lefty. That's tough. They'll pinch hit for. They haven't done it as much with Turang this year, but they did last year.
Right.
But they're never going to pinch hit for Yelich.
No.
Joey Ortiz. That's another thing from the Kurt Hogue story. Has as many pop outs to first in the month of May as he does hits.
Wow, boy. Oh boy.
Oh
yeah.
boy.
That is, he is. Well, they got a lot of guys that are residing in Slump City right now. Is Ortiz the mayor or is Yelich the mayor of Slump City? That's another Drew and Hunter Court line. Kurt Hogue again. The Brewers are getting historically low production on offense from the left side of the infield. Yikes. The left side of the infield, the lowest batting averages the team has seen since 2008. Now, Ortiz is the primary shortstop, but Brewers shortstops are 6 for 57 right now.
Not good.
Okay, 105
in the month.
Yeah. And third base with Caleb Durbin's big game the other day with a double and a game time single. Third base batting a combined 102 out of 852 individual position month combinations in that time. The previous low from a non-pitcher position is 132. Yikes.
Wow.
Just awful.
I mean, that's where your offense is down right now.
Yep.
Because Terang, Frelick, Hoskins, those guys are hitting okay. Bowers, if he's in the lineup. Collins even is okay. Churio has obviously been slumping lately, but his average isn't terrible. But when you have just a drop-off, and right now you have just holes in that lineup where you're having almost guaranteed outs. If your positions are hitting just over 100, 9 out of 10 times they're out.
Yeah.
That's a significant difference from
it's
even
abysmal.
8 out of 10.
50 games in, Brewers are 24-26. Pirates, even worse, 17-33. But last year, and this is where everything got skewed. Last year, the Brewers had their best 50-game start in team history. They were 32-18. It was a much different vibe last year.
Oh,
than
yeah.
what they're facing right now.
Can we just stop complaining until they're 10 out or the season's over?
Well, they're what, 6 out today? Is that Hunter? Is that
They are 6 out today, but in the world of it could always be worse. Colorado, the Rockies, are on pace to finish 74 games out of first place, which would shatter the all-time record. They're also on pace to finish 58 games out of fourth place. So 58 games behind the next team in that division. As Patrick Saunders put it, who is a Rockies beat writer, they aren't just in the basement, they're tunneling their way to the center of the earth.
Oh, good line. Good line.
Patrick Saunders.
The Rockies have been bad for a couple seasons. Not this bad, not historically bad. But they just looked at the White Sox last year and said, hold my beer. Hold my Coors.
Well, and this is...
Yeah, they're beyond awful.
But they're still in the major leagues. They're still professional. They still get service time.
They do. They absolutely do.
Oh, yeah.
And they get to go and enjoy different cities across America.
That's right. As Mike Vasallo has pointed out, now the extenuating circumstances with the Brewers are like they had a lot better health last year, other than Devin Williams, who didn't appear until midseason, right?
How's he doing out in New York? Is he still yakking it up?
He's actually he's getting
great.
a lot better now.
He's been great in the 8th inning. Yeah, he's got his sea legs in New York.
Yeah,
this is what I've been saying. I've been saying that for years.
You have.
I loved him as a setup man. I didn't like him as the closer.
Yeah. Carlos Rodriguez, according to Mike Vasallo, is the 40th player to appear on the Brewers' active roster this season.
Wow. They go through.
We're not even to Memorial Day.
They'll have 40 pitchers by the time the end of the season rolls around.
Well, it very well could be when you get Hall back. Woodruff and Hall are both getting close. Woodruff's going to do one more rehab start, right, Hunter?
Yeah. Yep. Brett Murphy said today that it'll be another one for him. But I would think just one more. And then I would say,
it's kind of funny because I remember us arguing it. I remember us arguing that I said like Memorial Day would be the earliest.
Well, yeah, and then he got hurt again. So I would have, if he doesn't get hurt, but you're right.
It was his ankle, not his arm, but he's going to end up being like, after Memorial Day, he'll be back.
So,
because if he pitched last night.
Yes. So what?
He's going to pitch Monday, and then it'll be the weekend. It'll be like, if he stays on schedule, it'll be in Philly.
I was hoping he could debut at home.
Yeah.
Still,
and there's a chance he might not pitch until June 1st.
But true.
We'll see.
The Brewers are home again on June 6th. So they'll at least, he'll still get a warm reception, but was hoping that his first start would be in Milwaukee.
Yep. He threw 4 innings yesterday, 59 pitches, and then DL Hall. He had DL Hall threw 57 pitches in 3 innings. So they're both kind of a similar boat, perhaps.
Yeah, I think they'll both come back as long relief.
Yeah.
Which both of them have been better in that. Yeah. In that role.
Outstanding. Yeah. So the Brewers malaise, man. What a different vibe. It's an 8-game difference, but 8 games out of 50 is a pretty big chunk.
Mm-hmm.
But last year they were 32-18, 50 games in, and I think that was their best start ever. And then now they're 24-26 heading into tonight. And you hate to say tonight's a must win, right? Well, Savali's on the mound, followed by Carlos Rodriguez. Skeens looming tomorrow. Not that they can't win a game with Skeens pitching, but not going to be easy.
No.
All right, keep them coming. 877-794-1973. We began the show talking about Tyrese Halliburton, his heroics last night. We have not mentioned part of the reason that I was watching the fourth quarter of the Knicks-Pacers game and not turning it off when the Knicks were up 14 is that the Admirals were on television. I didn't go to the Admirals game. I should have. Maybe they would have had a better result. They got smoked. Was it 5-1 or 5-2? Texas
6-1.
6-1. Texas was I had it on and it was 3-1, and then it was 2-0, 3-0. The sequence eludes me, but Texas scored 3 goals.
I think it was 2-1 heading into the third period.
Yeah, and then boom, 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 boom. Texas just opened the floodgates. It was yeesh. So now the Admirals play tomorrow night, and that's an elimination game. They will be trying to force a game 5 tomorrow. If they do, they'll play Sunday at 6:00. But tomorrow, 7:00 face-off. Everybody needs to go support the Admirals. I was watching it. Aaron Sims was on the television call last night, so I was watching that on the television. It was on My 24. But once Texas salted the game away, I flipped over to basketball. Not positive. But we're talking about Tyrese Halliburton and the celebrations. And taunts and celebrations dominated our landscape earlier in the program. And for those of you just getting out of work, if you'd like to hit us with yours, we've had the Icky Shuffle, Rogers with the belt.
That was a beauty. The Icky
The
Shuffle.
Lambeau Leap is grandfathered into, we almost sometimes don't think about it, but the Lambeau Leap is one of the great celebrations. Chi Rodriguez is getting mentioned for his Zorro act with the sword.
And yes, Leroy was out of bounds on that return. You ever watch the replay?
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should have been called out.
Tiger's fist pump has been mentioned. The club twirl, we decided that's kind of idiosyncratic. Jermichael Finley with the shark fin. Remember that? Those were good times. The Donald Driver shimmy, which has been adapted in some ways by Steph Curry. That got mentioned as well. Jeffrey Leonard's one flap down. That Rock mentioned that on our show not that long ago. The Dion dance. Coach Prime used to have his little dance into the end zone. Nobody's mentioned the gritty, Justin Jefferson.
No.
That is a thing. I know we don't like to. Pat said that the Bash Brothers were iconic and that celebration carried on for many, many years. Jose Canseco, Mark McGuire, bashing forearms.
Yep.
And bashing balls. From Nick, the Tim Harris's 6-shooter pistols and Derek Mays with the wave under the chin that Holmgren outlawed. Elm Grove Greg has a good one. Red Auerbach lighting the victory cigar. That's a taunt.
Oh, yeah.
Back when you could smoke. Hunter, get this. Not only could you smoke in NBA arenas back in the day, but Red Auerbach would fire up a stogie when the Celtics had won a game.
I can't even imagine that.
That is
like walking into the Brewers clubhouse after a win and you got, people just smoking in there.
Yep.
Smoking in there. They smoked in the dugout.
Yeah.
Yep. Joe in Hartford.
Ted Simmons.
Yeah. Joe in Hartford
Leland.
mentions Giannis's mean mug. Billy from Mequon and Ron from Menominee Falls thinking along with us. Gilbert Brown and the Gravedigger. Cactus Jack said Merton Hanks with the chicken neck thing. That little bebop and scat he used to do. That's a good one. We're having some fun with this. Newbie Natalie, I love Shooter McGavin from Happy Gilmore. The shooter, that was his thing. Yeah, that's a good one. Happy Gilmore 2 coming soon to a streaming service near you. We'll have to ask Matt Miller about that. I think that's going to open in theaters. But sure.
Yes, I believe it is.
Another smart, good-looking listener of a certain vintage gave us Rufus the Road Runner Ferguson, who did a shuffle dance for the Badgers. Hunter, what were your years? Were he 71 to 73?
70 to 72.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Mr. Dan talking about the Falcons that had the Dirty Bird celebration.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. Ryan Atosa said Nick Barnett, the sword celebration after a sack or a tackle for a loss. I like it. Forgot about Steph Curry because he's famous for the shimmy, but he also did the night celebration that others have adapted. That was cool. Iconic. All this stems from last night when Halliburton hit the shot to shoot down the Knicks, and he recreated Reggie Miller's choke sign from 1994 in Game 5 when Reggie Miller went crazy at the Garden. I was there. That's one I'll never forget. John from Kenosha liked it. Now it's trolling. What about the guy, and I forget his name, the guy from the Lions that like sacked Rodgers, did the belt, and then jumped and blew out his ACL?
Oh yeah, I'm trying to.
It wasn't Ndamukong Suh.
No, it was not. It was like a nobody kind of. But there were a couple guys who trolled Rodgers and then got hurt. But that guy was the most notable because he got hurt celebrating a sack of Rodgers. He did the belt, then he like jumped, and then was a non-contact celebration injury.
I love it.
Tulloch.
Out of the league now.
I'm sure.
Injured his knee while attempting to celebrate a sack of Rodgers with a rendition of his discount double check. It's resulted in an ACL tear. So, yeah.
I'm trying to think. And then there was a major league player, I think it was a catcher, who got hurt with a walk-off homer, and he was going to stomp on home plate. And he jumped to stomp on home plate with both feet and hurt his knee and went on the IL. That was bad.
There was an Angels. Was it Morales for the Angels?
That might have been him, or it was like Molina or Morales, one of those guys.
Somebody was with a walk-off home run.
Kendrys Morales might have been it. Hunter, you remember that? That's good.
Tried.
Justin from North Carolina. Jair with the seatbelt on. What about Jair when he did the gritty?
Sure. And the
Yeah.
Oh, I want him back now. Now you're reminding me of the good times.
Ron from Menominee Falls. Santana Dotson doing the army crawl. Oh, these are some good ones. I like these. Joe said Webster Slaughter's electric slide. I like this. We've had people say Hulk Hogan with the ear thing and like, yeah, wrestling.
Wrestling, that's
not a sport.
Yeah.
It's entertainment, but not a sport. We have these. The thing is moving pretty quick. So I love it that people are getting out of work and hitting us up. From the 920, question for you because I'm driving, can't look it up. When was the last time all three Wisconsin sports teams had a disappointing year at the same time? This is a 26-year-old fan, and at least one of them has been good, if not great, for as long as I've been paying attention. When were when were they that last all bad?
What, on more than 1 year, back-to-back years?
Like at the same time.
Just in 1 year.
At the same time. Because like the Brewers have been playoff caliber, the Bucks have been playoff caliber, Packers have been playoff caliber. It's been a while.
I'd have to figure out a year when the Packers weren't good because they've been the most consistent
early 90s
in my life.
Well, the Packers, the year that McCarthy got fired.
Be the early 90s.
Everybody else do that year.
Yeah, early 90s.
7 or 8 years.
There was a 4-12 year with like 06.
Yeah.
Maybe it was 06. What did the Bucks do in 06?
That's the question. It couldn't have been good. Might have been. It might have been. So it might have been 20 years. It's a golden age. Matt in Greenfield is on the NicoletLaw.com talk and text line. Matt, welcome to the Timeout Sports Lounge, presented by Central Standard.
Celebration disaster. Trent Green banged his head into the end zone wall and knocking himself out for the rest of the game.
That's a good one. There was a Grammatica that got hurt celebrating a kick, too. I don't remember which one because there were a couple of Grammaticas that were kicking, but one of them jumped in the air after making a kick and injured himself. Rick in Racine is with us. Rick, welcome to the Timeout Sports Lounge.
Hey, how you guys doing?
We are awesome. Thank you. What do you got?
Oh, I haven't heard anyone mention Jared Allen's Super Bowl celebration after a sack that he never got.
Super Bowl celebration. Jared Allen used to do the lasso thing, didn't he? What do you mean?
No, he used to get on one knee and circle his arms and throw them out like he was going to go to the Super Bowl when he signed with the Vikings.
Oh.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
No. And then we got a Department of Corrections update from Joe that said it was Gus Frerotte that got hurt, not Trent Green. Head banging into the.
Boy, we're all over the place right now.
Yeah, we are. Tony Gonzalez used to dunk the ball over the goalpost. That's not. Is that a taunt? I mean, that's like a exuberant in the moment thing. That's like again, the Gronk spike was, I guess a little bit more celebrated than other spikes.
Yeah. I mean, it's still you have to go to soccer to get the good sellies. Those guys, they fantastic.
Yeah. Nate from Pewaukee, Prince Fielder and Ryan Braun doing their little boxing thing.
Oh yeah, that was neat. I was a fan of that.
That was a thing. That was when young Hunter was loving everything. That was right in your wheelhouse.
Formative years.
So bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Oh yeah,
you guys were loving that.
Gobbling that right up.
Mm-hmm.
Keep them coming.
Here's as if it was a Pep's Draft House pizza. Gobbling that up.
From the 262, Chad Johnson putting the football with the end zone pylon.
That was good.
He river danced too. Ocho Cinco was an entertainer.
He was the best.
Absolutely. That's a good one. Keep them coming. 877-794-1973. You need to know that number because when we come back, we're going to play a little game. KB, what game are we playing?
We're going to play What's That Guy On?
What's That Guy On is going to be your chance to win a pair of wristbands to go to the Harley-Davidson Homecoming. It's running from June 10th to the 13th that weekend. Chris Stapleton, Hank Jr., Turnpike Troubadours, a lot of great acts coming to Veterans Park, and we've got tickets for you to win coming up next. We're going to play that game called What's That Guy On? Speaking of games, if you're not feeling like yourself, a lot of guys out there feeling run down, ragged, this is the time of year. It's going to start getting nice. You're going to have a lot of events. We pack a lot into the summer months. You got to be ready. Game Day Men's Health can help you. I think you need to, if you find yourself diving into the couch at 5 o'clock and then just not recovering or having trouble getting out of bed, go to Game Day Men's Health. Get that free testosterone test. The T-level testing is painless. It's a blood draw. It takes minutes. They will have your results and find out if you can benefit from their treatment. They also do weight loss and ED treatments as well. Game Day Men's Health is a great clinic. It looks exactly like a sports clip. You can get in and out easily. Don't spend another night glued to the couch. No. Sign up for the free no-obligation T-test at GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Several local locations. They're nationwide. There's more than 1,000 clinics nationwide, and it's a booming business because a lot of guys need some help. Get your testosterone drops when you age. It is a natural function, and these guys can help reverse things. I've been going there for a couple of months. Every week, I pop in. Clinic is easy, in and out, very quick. Check them out. Game Day Men's Health. Surf around. Book yourself an appointment to get a test. You won't regret it. Game Day Men's Health. Get back in the game. Our game is coming up. KB is going to hit you with What's That Guy On?
Yes.
All you people who are in pharmaceutical sales have an advantage for this. Be ready. Drew and KB, statewide on the game.
As long as I give dancing.
Now, here's traffic from Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank. Call the Tri-City Total Traffic Tip Line at 414-944-5111.
Eastbound on 94, stopping and going between 84th and 35th. Westbound delays from the Marquette to 27th. A little break before you're slowing again between the Zoo and Elm Grove. I'm Kevin Henry, and that's your latest total traffic.
This report is sponsored by Argo Glass and Windows.
No need to replace windows when you can repair them. Argo Glass and Windows, always offering free estimates. Rotted wood, foggy glass, hard to slide patio door. There's no need to replace if you can repair them. Visit ArgoWindowRepair.com.
It's Drew and KB for Central Standard Craft Distillery.
Did you know the most popular selling Wisconsin-made vodka is Door County Cherry Vodka?
Every batch is made with 50 pounds of Door County cherries and cherry juice and just a kiss of Wisconsin honey for the perfectly balanced adult beverage.
Mix it with lemon lime soda for a dirty Shirley.
Or straight over ice. It's perfection in a glass.
Central Standard's Door County Cherry Vodka. Cheers to simplicity.
Everyone has a fave Wendy's Frosty flavor. And when you're choosing from chocolate or vanilla, it's not that hard. But now there's all new Frosty Swirls and Frosty Fusions. So try picking your fave from Oreo Brownie Fusion, Pop-Tarts Strawberry Fusion, Strawberry Swirl, Brownie Batter Swirl, Caramel Swirl, and Caramel Crunch Fusion. Not so easy now, huh? For a fresh way to Frosty, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's, Oreo is a trademark of Mondelez International Group. Pop-Tarts is a trademark of Kellogg North America Co., LLC, used with permission.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Hey y'all, this is singer-songwriter Riley Green, and my idea of a good time is grabbing a guitar, a few good friends, and some cold and smooth Busch Lights. Pick up a case of your own this weekend. No guitar needed.
Busch. Enjoy responsibly. 2024 Anheuser-Busch Busch Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At Milwaukee Weight Loss, we know the secret. Our doctor-developed, easy-to-follow weight loss program helps you lose weight fast, naturally and safely, and with no drugs or injections with risk of serious side effects, no prepackaged meals, bars, shakes, and no exercising required. Our program helps reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good with a coach for ongoing support. Our program costs up to half as much and works up to twice as fast as most other programs. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation.
KB here. It's time to shed that winter weight, and the best way to do it is with Milwaukee Weight Loss. Schedule your free consultation at 262-433-4008 or visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Many patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or two. Schedule your free consultation by calling 262-433-4008 or online at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. Results may vary.
What's up? It's Russell Nicolay with Nicolay Law. You're listening to 97.3 The Game, the #1 sports talk station in Milwaukee. For award-winning injury lawyers when you're injured, you call Nicolay Law or visit us at NicolayLaw.com. Get the beard, get the win.
When you stay in your home, what you love gets to stay too. From the gardens that grow wild to the grandkids that run wilder. From the Friday night baseball games to the Sunday morning brunches. Even the daily crosswords and weekly book clubs. There's room for it all with help from Home Instead, the largest in-home senior care network with over 30 years of trusted experience delivering the peace of mind you deserve. Visit Home Instead online for a better what's next.
Everyone has a fave Wendy's Frosty flavor. And when you're choosing from chocolate or vanilla, it's not that hard. But now there's all new Frosty Swirls and Frosty Fusions. So try picking your fave from Oreo Brownie Fusion, Pop-Tarts Strawberry Fusion, Strawberry Swirl, Brownie Batter Swirl, Caramel Swirl, and Caramel Crunch Fusion. Not so easy now, huh? For a fresh way to Frosty, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's, Oreo is a trademark of Mondelez International Group. Pop-Tarts is a trademark of Kellogg North America Co., LLC, used with permission.
I lived on a commercial salmon fishing boat in Alaska, and I genuinely think that was the first time I've ever felt myself kind of like slipping mentally. I think Alaska does weird things to people.
If you're interested in hearing anonymous callers like this tell stories from their lives, check out my podcast, Therapy Gecko. You can listen to Therapy Gecko on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Therapy Gecko and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
Follow us on Instagram at 97.3 The Game.
It's the best place to keep up with Milwaukee sports.
Pre-game and post-game videos and plenty of other stuff. Follow us now, 97.3 The Game on Instagram.
All of the lights.
Drew and KB from the Central Standard Distillery Timeout Sports Lounge. Our happy hour oasis. Happy you're hanging out with us on this Thursday in the good land. Reminder that the keyword this hour to win some bonus bucks is fun. You can win $1,000 in this nationwide contest by entering the keyword fun at 973thegame.com. That is 973thegame.com. The word is fun. You know what else is fun? Winning stuff.
Yes, it is.
Like winning a pair of wristbands to the Harley-Davidson Homecoming Festival that is coming back to Milwaukee this summer, July 10th through the 13th, featuring Chris Stapleton, Turnpike Troubadours, Hank Jr., many others. 2 nights of music. We got a chance for you to win a pair of 2-day general admission wristbands. We're going to play a game called What's That Guy On momentarily. But if you don't win the tickets today or tomorrow, you can still get an exclusive deal from us. Go to hdhomecoming.com. Use the promo code HDHC2025. HDHC. I'm guessing that stands for Harley Davidson Homecoming.
There you go.
HDHC 2025.
And you can get deductive reasoning.
2-day general admission tickets for $149. That's a $60 discount. Can't beat that with a stick, as KB would say.
Can't.
Available just for our listeners. The code again, HDHC 2025 at hdhomecoming.com. All right. The number is 877-794-1973. Our little game's called What's That Guy On? KB, tell them how it's played.
Okay. I'm going to give you 4 clues about a pharmaceutical drug, and then you have to tell me what that guy's on. So here we go. It was developed in the 1960s as a safer alternative to PCP, which had powerful anesthetic properties but caused severe hallucinations. Scientists discovered this drug had similar anesthetic effects without the side effects. However, at higher doses, it can induce dissociative states where people feel detached from their bodies or reality, and while unsettling to some, others find it mystical or therapeutic. It is a common anesthetic and is often used in human medicine for anesthesia and pain management, especially in emergency and battlefield settings.
Oh.
And it is often used to treat depression, but unlike traditional antidepressants that can take weeks to work, this drug can relieve depression symptoms within hours, even in people with treatment-resistant depression. So tell me, what is that guy on?
All right. 877-794-1973. We've got Nicole in Sussex on the NicolaLaw.com talking text line.
Hey, Nicole, what's going on?
How are you guys?
We're good. How are you?
I'm really excited because I know exactly what it is because this is what I do for a living.
What?
Ketamine.
Ketamine. You are correct.
Oh.
What do you do for a living?
I am.
She works for Elon Musk.
Who said that? No. I am a psychiatric nurse practitioner.
Oh, okay.
That's outstanding. Are you a Harley Davidson
And-
motorcycle enthusiast?
Absolutely.
Well, then you're going to have a great time at the homecoming.
My son is quite familiar with that drug because he's a nurse anesthetist.
Okay. Yeah, it is. It's changing lives for depression big time. We have a ketamine clinic right in our main office over by the zoo. And we're doing the new nasal spray ketamine, the Spravato, out of American Behavioral Clinic now.
Really? So ketamine.
It's a game changer.
Is it? As compared to like what? Like a lithium or something like that?
Not even close. Doesn't even compare. It works on glutamate, which is your number one excitatory neurotransmitter. So when those levels are really low, people are feeling pretty down. So when you get those levels up, they're feeling like different people.
Well, good. That's good.
Wow. All
Glad to
right.
see. Glad there's a breakthrough.
That's fantastic. You are a winner. You're going to the Harley Davidson Homecoming. We've got your wristbands. Hunter's going to get some information. Hang on the line so he can get that from you. And congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. I love it. Winner right out of the chute.
Dear Lord.
What's
just our listeners hit the text line. It just exploded. Ketamine. Oh, okay. There we go.
Ketamine's having a moment right now.
How about that?
Thanks, Elon.
Well, it's Matthew Perry.
Yeah, he was several. Yeah, it's pretty common, right? Like you said.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not a euphoric thing, though, is it?
Oh, I have no idea. I just know that my son says that he uses it. Well, I'm not personally. I mean that it's a part
administers
of it. Administers it. Yeah, during surgeries.
All right. 877-794-1973. And again, we hope everybody can go enjoy that. I've been to the first two. That this is like they've been having Harley celebrations every year for a long time, and the dealerships are always hopping, and they have bands too. Sometimes like they bring in national acts, but it's not like it is at Veterans Park. You and I, that Foo Fighters show was amazing, wasn't it? Like 50,000 people.
Yeah,
it didn't seem that crowded.
It wasn't that crowded because we were hanging out. We were kind of hanging out back by the beer tents, and it wasn't really crowded at all.
And you walk over, like further east, and there's a whole nother side to the thing that we didn't even know existed.
No.
Wow. This is quite the endeavor there.
They did a fantastic job. And it's like, there aren't a lot of bands anymore that I go see in a major environment like that, where there's 40, 50,000 people. It's just not my scene at all. I like smaller venues. However, they do such a great job. It's to be able to, when it gets to those big outdoor with the videos, I have no problem just hanging by the back. The sound's generally better. You're not getting your head blown off by the big mains. And you can see everything on the video screen. I mean, I don't need to be right next to Chris Stapleton to enjoy it.
Not at all. I've been in front row for Chris Stapleton when he opened for Tom Petty.
Mm-hmm.
I was in the front row. You don't need to be that close to him.
No.
He hasn't changed much. Mark on the road is joining us on the NicolaLaw.com talk and text line. Mark, welcome to the Timeout Sports Lounge presented by Central Standard.
Thanks. Hey, boys. How you doing?
We are fantastic. What do you got for us, man?
Not sure if this has been mentioned yet, but one of the first celebrations I remember was the Icky Shuffle.
The Icky Shuffle,
Running back
yes,
with
indeed.
The Cincinnati Bengals.
I think he's still with us, but yes, that Bengals team was that was something else. Icky Woods, man, that was a great signature move that he had. Others have often imitated KB, but never duplicated.
No, like that. They brought it back a few years ago in a TV commercial.
Yeah, that's right. We mentioned it's microwave summer is getting close.
Mm-hmm.
It's Memorial Day on Monday. It's kind of the unofficial start to summer, but summer is really going to hit on June 13th when we have Brewapalooza. Brewapalooza is our tailgate party at American Family Field. We're doing it with our friends from Left's Lucky Town Revere's and Hot House Tavern in Menominee Falls. We're not sold out yet. We have hit the goal that we established for attendance, but we can still squeeze in a few more, but not for long. They're going to shut it down at some point. If you go to 973thegame.com/brewers, you can buy your tickets for this party. It's $45 ticket to the game, unlimited food, beer, and seltzers and soda at the tailgate. We will be broadcasting live from our trailer in the Molitor lot outside. That's where the party is going to be. Sadly, we do not have the capacity for anybody if you already have tickets to the game and you want to come just for the tailgate party. There isn't that option because we're working with the Brewers on this, so we're selling the tickets as a bundle. But the gates open at 4:00, and it's going to be a blast. And I'm telling you, it's going to be an absolute blast, and it's going to get here before too long. So I would suggest if you haven't purchased your tickets yet and you want to go, do it by tomorrow. Do it before the holiday weekend, because at a certain point they're going to be like, okay, it's it, we're out, and then you're going to miss the best tailgate party of the summer. Brewapalooza. Go to 973thegame.com/brewers. Yeah, you might be late, but you can still get in for now. I don't know how much longer we'll be able to say that. Brewers are underway in Pittsburgh. No rain delay tonight, but they got two new pitchers going, Savale and Rodriguez. We will be back to close up shop and get KB home so he can watch this game on his patio.
Well, it's not warm enough. It's not patio night.
What do you mean? You got a fire table.
Yeah, but it's
fire up the Blackstone.
It's only 56 degrees. Stand in front
of the Blackstone.
Grill.
Stand in front of the Blackstone and cook up some burgers.
I'm going to sit on my couch.
All right, we will be back with one for the road as we close up shop. We're in the Central Standard Distillery. Timeout Sports Lounge. It's Drew and KB statewide on the game.
And as long as I got my suit and tie, I won't leave it out on the floor tonight. And it got fixed up to the nines. Let me show you a few things.
Drew Wilson here for Pep's Draft House Pizza, the official pizza of the Timeout Sports Lounge and the Drew and KB Show. When you're hungry for a pizza, take it to the house and pair your favorite beer for a true draft house experience at home. With 3 crust options, original hand-tossed, crunchy thin crust, and new rising crust options, it's easy to live your best frozen pizza life with Pep's Draft House Pizza. My personal favorite is the Brawlin' Buffalo Chicken paired with an American Pale Ale. The perfect combination, delivering a knockout punch you won't be able to resist.
Hey, this is Lincoln Kennedy. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
The Packers will have joint practices with the Colts and Seahawks during training camp. The workouts will be held before the team's preseason games. Elimination is looming over the Admirals in the Calder Cup playoffs. Milwaukee trails Texas 2-1 of the best-of-5 series, Game 4 tomorrow night. Yannick Sinner and Arina Sabalenka drew the top seeds for the French Open today. The tennis season's second Grand Slam opens Sunday. I'm Frank Garrity.
The Mercedes-Benz Dream Days are back with offers on vehicles like the 2025 E-Class, CLE Coupe, C-Class, and EQE Sedan. Hurry in now through July 31st. Visit your local authorized dealer or learn more at mbusa.com/dream.
Hey, y'all, this is singer-songwriter Riley Green, and my idea of a good time is grabbing a guitar, a few good friends, and some cold and smooth Busch Lights. Pick up a case of your own this weekend. No guitar needed.
Busch. Enjoy responsibly. 2024 Anheuser-Busch Busch Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Tilton Windows, Doors, and More.
KB here. I've been recommending Tilton Windows, Doors, and More for, 4 years now, Javier?
Actually, we met back in 2019. So this is our 7th year of working together.
Wow. Well, it's because we're happy with everything you've done. You did our replacement windows, patio door, fixed some siding, hence the more part of Tilton Windows, Doors, and More.
We love working on your home, KB. How are your energy bills? Are you noticing a difference?
Big time. My monthly budget billing amount has gone down just about every year. And that's another benefit of the work you've done.
That's what I like to hear from customers. So if you're listening right now and your home could stand to be energy efficient and use a facelift, consider Tilton for your home improvement projects.
All right, smart and good-looking listeners, it's time for you to go to utilton.com to get started. That's the letter U, Tilton.com. At Tilton Windows, Doors, and More, they've got what you're looking for.
We've got what you're looking for. Tilton Windows, Doors, and More.
KB, it's that time of year again for Iron Jock.
Memorial Day weekend?
Well, yes, but Iron Jock needs to inventory their goods. You could say it's inventory count week at Iron Jock headquarters.
How can we help?
We can help Iron Jock move gear into the hands, bodies, and armpits of our smart and good-looking listeners of the game.
Come on, people, you heard Drew. Let's move some product.
Now through May 25th, when you buy $65 or more of Iron Jock Performance Apparel, use promo code INVENTORY30 to take 30% off your entire order. It's the best performance apparel on the planet, yours for 30% less with the code INVENTORY30.
All built from state-of-the-art fabric and designed to keep you comfortable and fresh no matter where you are or what you find yourself doing.
And they'll even throw in a free Iron Jock string backpack as a bonus. These are nice little backpacks. I use mine all the time when I'm walking the dog or out and about, activities on the lakefront. They're great for summer.
Use promo code INVENTORY30 now through Sunday, May 25th.
Just go to ironjock.com. That's ironjoc.com.
And thank you for supporting Iron Jock.
As down payments get bigger, millions of renters across America feel like they'll never be able to buy a home. So instead of lowering expectations, Rocket Mortgage is lowering down payments to 1% for eligible home buyers with One Plus, helping more renters become owners. Call 800-4ROCKET or visit rocket.com to get a head start on your starter home.
Rocket Mortgage, LLC, licensed in all 50 states. NMLSconsumeraccess.org, number 3030.
What? All the budget has to be used now? And we can use all the media buy?
Javier's marketing firm just got its dream funding.
Okay, ideas. Bobbleheads? No. T-shirt cannon? I seriously need some help here.
He needs to find marketing managers who are worth every dollar.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Sponsoring a job on Indeed gives it a visibility boost so you can hire faster. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
Miss a second of today's show?
Yes!
Well, good news. Right after the show, the podcast will be up.
Nice!
Just search 97.3 The Game wherever you get your podcasts. And be sure to follow, rate, and review it wherever you get your podcasts.
It's time to shut this bar down. The Central Standard Distillery Timeout Sports Lounge. Going to close up shop until happy hour tomorrow. Maybe we'll open it a little early tomorrow, being that it's Friday going into a holiday weekend. Need a little happiness and happy hour. We're going to do one for the road now. We're going to pour our drinks into a solo cup and hit the streets. But first, I got to reiterate that clearly the Brewers listen to this show and are impacted by it. As KB raised the question, why don't they drop Christian Yelich in the batting order for the Brewers?
Yeah. And then he
first inning at PNC Park, he steps to the plate with 2 on and 1 out and promptly hits a 3-run homer to get off the schneid and give the Brewers a 3-run lead as Aaron Savali jogs to the mound for his first inning in a while, coming off an injury. He'll be followed by Carlos Rodriguez. No Yoel Piamps to
no DFA.
DFA'd. But Yelich has ended his power drought, his ground ball-a-thon.
Well, maybe that's all you need. I can tell you, if he's a feel hitter, I don't know what he. I mean, I'm a field golfer, and if I'm not hitting the ball well, and all I have to do is feel it once, hitting it the right way, my swing the right way, and then it kind of comes back. Maybe that's how he is. He just has to get that feeling.
Or he just has to face a craptastic pitcher from a bad team who's making his first appearance of the season in the big league. Oh,
you got that too.
All the planets aligned. In any event, Brewers are up 3-0. Yelich has a homer, and that was much needed. I know Rock and people have been making a big deal about the DH thing. I don't know if that's such a big deal. He's just having one of those funks. I heard it from Robin Yount. You play a game for a long time, and Yelich has played a long time. He's like, you're gonna have times when you just suck.
Mm-hmm.
Yelich, to his credit,
yeah,
he's the first guy to admit that. When he's going bad, he's like, I suck. That's baseball. Hashtag baseball. Time for one for the road. KB, what are you putting in your cup and taking on out of here?
Well, what I'm taking out of here is that I don't know why people wouldn't listen to this show.
Well,
and
we
had some smart and good-looking female listeners called in, won some tickets, and I love our listeners. And then I listen to the other talk shows around, and all they do is it's just a fertile breeding ground for Karens. They're so angry about stuff. We don't have angry listeners, and I like that. That's what I'm thinking.
Who's on the Mount Rushmore of Karens? People, because that name, Karen Carpenter?
The View?
No, I just mean people actually named Karen.
Oh, Karen Valentine, Karen Carpenter.
It's kind of an old lady name.
It is an old lady name, Karen.
I know some great Karens, though.
You do?
Yeah, my grandma.
See,
have
grandma,
an aunt.
old lady name. I was going to say
great
Hunter,
aunt, actually.
The woman that worked in the cafeteria at Hunter's High School.
I can't think of any. Are there any hot Karens now? I can't think of any hot Karens as actresses.
It's like we said. It's not a Karen Allen from Animal House. Karen Carpenter. That's an old reference.
Yeah, Karen Allen's an old reference.
Yeah.
Indeed. I mean, she
not that many famous people named Karen. I don't know.
It's because they pissed everybody off because all they do is bitch.
The name the name has been appropriated culturally.
That's all they do is complain about everything, get angry about stuff. Not our listeners, not the listeners to this show.
Hunter, what are you taking home from today's program?
Something to watch tonight. If the Pirates don't score if they score 4 or less runs, then they'll break the record for the longest streak in baseball's modern era for the most straight games with 4 or less runs scored.
Wow.
So hopefully you caught that, because I was trying to process that as I was saying it.
Okay. Yeah, my take home is, I might not be a Tyrese Halliburton fan, but he had a moment last night when that shot bounced off the back of the iron and fell through, forcing overtime. Damn near won it. But when he did the choke sign and paid homage to Reggie Miller and the history, it was a tip of the cap. I instantly thought, we're talking about that tomorrow. We had a great time discussing celebrations and taunts with our smart and good-looking listeners. Always fun. Now we just need something exciting to happen tonight so that we have something to fuel us tomorrow. No, tomorrow on the program, we will catch up with our friend Rick Schlesinger, the president of business operations for the Milwaukee Brewers. Talk about the Memorial Day home game, dollar hot dogs, all this stuff. They got some cool stuff coming on the next homestand. And as they move forward, when summer actually starts, we'll play Figure It Out, and we'll catch up with Matt Miller, a man about film. We'll see you tomorrow at 3.
Make good choices.